What up?
Hi! Hello, hello!
Hello, shaking bacons.
Shaking
How you?
bacon.
We're shaking the bacon, and the
We're
grease
shaking.
is just getting everywhere.
Do what?
The grease is getting
The
everywhere.
grease is
Y-
getting everywhere.
Yeah, you shake the bacon, and the
Oh,
grease
I see, I
goes a
see, I see,
flopping
I see, I
around.
see, I see, I see now. I see you, I see you.
It's getting greasy up in here today.
Getting greasy.
It's greasy.
Oh,
It's
greasy.
greasy. It's
Oh,
greasy up here.
give me that greasy tea.
Well, grease and tea. I don't know. I don't
That
think
sounds
that's a
like a
good mix.
bad. Yeah, that doesn't even sound like a good combination.
Yes, it sounds like. I mean, I can drink tea and eat bacon and sausage. I don't really like bacon all that much, but I can drink tea and, you know, have some. It would be okay. As long as it's not too greasy, because if it's too greasy, it's too much.
Right, right, absolutely. Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. Yeah, no, yeah. Do you want to go first for today's story?
Oh, all right. Well, I got
I
lots
mean,
of lots of lots of stuff. Yeah. So, I
yeah,
mean,
we can always take turns as always.
yeah. So, all right. Well, first and foremost, I want to do a throwback because we were talking about one topic at one point,
Oh,
and
one
yeah,
topic
I
at a
googled
time.
it. Yeah,
Okay.
I googled it. He's 31, so he's more your age. So you go for that when you're not in
Oh
your
my
no
god.
no man zone.
Oh, that's
Oh,
crazy. You like
yeah.
OT.
No, no, I
You
think
were
he's
curious.
really like, yeah, I was just curious how old he was actually, more than anything, because I was just like, because they made the joke about, oh, I'll date him, and then I'm like, oh, well, I wonder how old he actually is, because we're like, no, I don't think he's 45, and I was like, all right. So I was like, all right, I had to Google to find
You had to
out, but he's
Google, yeah.
31. Yeah, so I did
Okay.
the Google. I Googled it. I Googled it.
That
Googles.
definitely
Yeah,
would make a lot more sense. A lot of content creators, like older content creators like that are kind of like bigger, are definitely like in their like 30s, so that definitely
right.
makes a lot of sense. I mean, unless you're fucking like Good Mythical Morning, and then you're just like, oh yeah, we're like,
Yeah.
you know,
Yeah. They're my age. I know. They're fun though.
they
They're
are.
fun.
They
Yeah,
are.
they're fun. So my first little tidbit, aside from that, was I saw an article on Upworthy, right?
Yeah.
And the title is "A 4,000-year-old clay tablet captures a kid whining that his mom's homemade clothes aren't cool enough." So I
What?
just, yeah, he guilt tripped his mother, and it still reads like a group chat. So he guilt tripped his mom, saying that his clothes weren't good enough because she made them by hand and she didn't get a tailor to make them.
That's fucking crazy.
Yeah, like one of those old, and I guess it's in like a museum now. I thought it was hilarious. I was like, yeah, every
Yeah.
kid, even 4,000 years ago, was bitching about what they don't have, you
Yeah,
know?
that sounds about right. That sounds about right. Hey, I want this, and I don't have it. Everyone else has it. I don't.
It's just, I thought it was really funny. I was like, oh my God, that's too much. And then I sent it to Frosty's girlfriend because I thought she would be interested in it. I thought she would
Yeah.
get a kick out of it too. But yeah, it's like this kid is just like the whole article is talking about it. He's like very well to do. Like, he's a um okay, so it's like it was a Mesopotamian city of Larsa.
Oh.
And he was away at school, and it says a boy at school pressed a reed stylus into a slab of wet clay to tell her that her homemade clothes weren't good enough. The tablet survived.
Oh my
And
goodness.
it's a report often called the oldest known complaint from a child to a parent. Reading it feels less like studying an ancient artifact than scrolling through a teenager's group chat.
Oh my god, that's crazy.
Yeah, he was like the child of a high-ranking official in um in Babylonian times,
Yeah.
and he had been sent to a boarding school to learn how to, read and write with tablets and, whatever. So
Yeah.
so whatever, he goes and he's bitching at his mom. So, oh, his wool isn't good enough, like, come on.
Oh my
He
gosh,
says,
that's insane. That's fucking crazy.
he lays it on thick every year. The other young gentleman's clothes get nicer, while his mother somehow lets his get worse. And the wool is used in their house like bread. So,
Dude, that's wild.
yeah. I'm like, come on, man. It just like, he finishes with the classic girl trip attempt. You gave birth to me, he tells his mother, but the other boy was only adopted, and his mother loves him. Why don't you love me? You don't
Damn,
love me because you didn't make me the cool clothes.
you made me the
Oh
lame
no.
you made me the lame clothes, so now you hate me.
You don't love me anymore, Oh my god, that's just too much.
That's
Too much.
fucking wild.
Yeah, like that's just like it's amazing how no matter what, people never change,
Yeah.
like humans have not changed in
No.
4,000 years.
Nope.
Kids are still bitching that their parents don't love them because they don't buy them stuff.
Yep.
you know,
Yep.
the homemade clothes aren't good enough. The hours and hours and hours she probably spent by
Oh yeah.
candlelight. You know,
Yeah, I can't even imagine, dude.
yeah. Like, can you imagine like having to sit by candlelight and sew? Like
Yeah,
sew.
hand by hand even, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, and to make all of these things and clothes and stuff for your family, and like, that's an act of love right there.
That
That's
is,
labor of
yeah.
love.
That's literally labor of love right there. Absolutely. Yeah, I agree. That's, yeah,
I
true
mean, I think
dedication.
about that shit, like, like, because I like a lot of like history stuff. I listen to a lot of history stuff on YouTube, and and it's like it's funny because like these kids, like they don't like understand. Like, I mean, as kids, of course, you don't understand what money is about. You don't understand, you know, like things about, life, because you're kids,
Right.
right?
Yeah,
But,
absolutely.
but, these people, they have like gone out of their way. These moms have gone out of their way for centuries to hand sew clothes and rehab things and do everything for these kids, and then they bitch about it. you know oh, it's not good enough. Little Jerry over there has diamonds on his shirt.
I want shiny things on my pants.
Why don't I have the nice wool? You give me
Why
crappy ones.
why do I don't get the nice stuff and why do they only get the cool stuff?
Right? I mean, come on. You know? Like, come on, what the fuck? Yeah. Now it's, fucking Xbox Series S or whatever the hell they are up
I
to
mean,
now.
Xbox Series S isn't even like that crazy anymore. People are kind of still asking a bit for it, but everybody's all over the Switch 2 right now, kind of. Actually, well, maybe that trend, well, not trend, I wouldn't say, but I think the hype of the Switch 2 is starting to die down, possibly.
Well, I mean, what is that? The Tamagotchi life or whatever the Tamagotchi.
Tamagotchi? Tomodachi?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean that's been out for a minute now, so everybody's
Uh,
like, "Oh,
yeah.
okay, we don't
Well,
need."
Tomodachi in general has been out for a long time. It's actually been out since like, um, at very least, like it was released in America in 2014, like the original one on the 3DS. So Tomodachi has
Right.
actually been around for a very long time. It's just that game specifically on the Switch that came out this year.
Right, right. But it's been out for a minute now.
Yeah,
So, people
yeah,
are chilling down, right? It
yeah,
was
yeah,
like
yeah,
when, like, I think, I mean, at least for, our circle of people, it was like, oh, Undertale was coming out. So, Switch
yeah,
2 was needed,
yeah.
or Undertale 2 or whatever the fuck, because God,
Deltarune, yeah,
Undertale, Deltarune, what the,
yeah. You're about
dude,
to upset a whole
yeah.
ass fandom that is listening to this. Not gonna lie.
Oh my God, dude, fucking Flowey the flower, okay? Kiss my ass. That's all I got to say. No,
Yeah, I
the
hear it.
flower. Yeah, no, no,
Fucking
no.
flower.
Fucking
Jeez.
flowers. Yeah, that
Fucking.
flower, man. That okay. And this is why I did not play Undertale because I got totally annoyed in the very first fucking battle because I said the flower was evil, and all of my kids sat there and said, "No, no, it's a good flower," and I'm like, "All flowers are fucking evil." Okay.
We were trying to trick mom into like actually believing that it
Yeah.
was a nice flower.
It was a bad flower. It
It
was a
was a
fucking evil
bad,
flower. I will
evil
never
flower.
play that game. Never play that game because of that fucking evil ass flower.
Fucking, we ruined our mom's experience with the
Yeah, if they would have just shut the hell up and let me play it, I
game.
probably would have got into it. But
Yeah.
no, they had to go and talk about how nice this flower was. And I was like,
Mm.
I don't believe you because flowers aren't nice to me. I have allergies, damn it.
This is true. You do have allergies. That is a
I
good point.
do. I do. I'm allergic to fucking everything. So it's kind of sucks. It's like, ugh. I can't even go outside. I can't open a window if the grass is being mowed, and it really sucks. So, yeah, but this is my life, and
This is
it's
my
just
life.
wonderful, and whatever. Like, oh my
Whatever.
God.
Like, oh my god.
Becky, look at her butt. It's like so big.
She looks like one of those Rat Stars guys' girlfriends.
I like big butts, and I cannot lie. I am not Sir Mix-a-Lot, but that song is bomb, okay?
It
Just
is a
saying.
classic. It is a classic.
It is a hella classic. It's a hella classic. So that's a fun one. Yeah. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I'd be
Yeah.
shaking my ass like we did on the 4th of July.
Crazy.
Yeah, we were jamming
Why?
out the Baby Got Back on the fucking rooftop. So
We
yeah.
were. We were. We were.
Yeah. Yeah, we had fun. That was a fun day.
Yeah, it was nice. It was nice.
It was good to get out of the house too.
Yeah, I think, yeah, that's what it was for me, is to get out of the house, touch grass,
Touch
you know,
roof.
touch roof, really.
Touch roof. Yeah, we touched the
Because
roof.
we were actually on the roof. It was really cool.
Yeah, it was very fun. Yeah, it was pretty cool to be on a roof
Yeah.
and watching the fireworks from like every distance. That was
Yeah,
really
like a
awesome.
360 view. Yeah, it was really sick.
It was very cool. Yeah. And then, the traffic that we got to wave to as we were
Oh,
watching them
yeah!
all.
Yeah, there was like long ass traffic, dude. It was like, it went all the way down. And then we just started singing really, really loudly at the top of our lungs, Wrecking Ball, that fucking Miley Cyrus.
Yeah, we sang Miley Cyrus. We
Yeah,
did The Baby Got Back.
yeah,
We did American Woman. Man, we did all kinds of shit. That was just fun. Yeah.
yeah. There were all kinds of fun stuff, right?
Yeah, we had a good old time. Yeah,
Mhm,
yeah.
mhm, mhm,
Even though we,
mhm.
all agree that the world is, yeah,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
it's not pretty out
Yeah,
there.
definitely it wasn't celebrating for its birthday, but I just mainly wanted to hang out with family and food and,
Yeah,
you know,
that was cool. It was fun. It was fun to get out and hang out with fam and then, you
fam
know,
fam.
all the fam
All the fam
and
fams.
yeah. And then we got a big show coming up couple weeks. We're gonna go to Rocky Horror.
Oh yeah, we're gonna get a Rocky Horror Picture Show, which is like
Mhm.
fucking amazing. I love Rocky Horror. I was just talking on stream yesterday about that. I was like, because we were talking about musicals and stuff, and then I was like, Rocky Horror is the best musical, period. That is the musical you need to see out of anything. If there is
Yeah.
any musical you have to see, it has to be Rocky Horror Picture Show. No ifs, ands, or buts about it.
Yeah, and seeing it live is just amazing, going to
Exactly.
watch the show, yeah. So, that's gonna be a blast that day because
Oh
that's my
yeah.
birthday, and yeah, I can't wait. It's gonna be great.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know how, like, excited I am about turning 50, but I am
Mm,
really excited to go to Rocky Horror because everybody's coming out. So,
yeah,
you
that's
know,
true. That's true.
except my niecey, if you're listening, because 'cause you're not here, you need to come home, we miss
I don't.
you.
I don't even think she's listening.
No, probably not, but she might listen to this in, like, 5 years and go, "Oh, damn, I missed Auntie's birthday."
Yikes.
Yeah.
Yikers.
Yeah, yeah, niecey. Yeah, that's my guilt trip to you in 5 years when you might actually listen to this. I doubt it, but maybe you'll
Maybe.
listen. Maybe.
Maybe. Maybe she'll
Yeah,
listen. Hopefully. That would be really
yeah.
sick.
When we upload this, we should send it to her. I'm gonna send it to her and be like, "Hey, we mentioned you."
And she's gonna be like, oh boy. Oh.
Right? She's gonna be like, "Auntie." But yeah, like, really? Really, really, really? No, she has to
No,
go and live in it.
she's gonna be like, oh damn, or something. Or be like,
Yeah.
oh no.
She's gonna I can see her face now. It's like cringe. Like, what did
She's gonna
she
be
do?
concerned. She's gonna be concerned.
What did she do? It's like
She's
when
like,
your sister looks at me with the cringe face, like, ugh. You
she's
know,
gonna be
like,
like, she's gonna be like, what did you fucking say about me?
right? We got lots to say. She needs
Wait,
to come home instead of living
that
in a different state.
that's true. That's true. I definitely think that's a good idea for sure.
Yeah, well, we're not her. She's an adult. She's gonna do
Yeah.
what she's gonna do.
Yep.
Unfortunately, nobody ever listens to me.
Oh, damn.
I'm just kidding.
My name
I'm
is Nobody. Hello.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. We know. We
Wha-
know. Y'all are
wow.
nobodies. 'Cause I'm a nobody. I'm just a
Nobody.
peon.
Just a
Twerk,
peon.
twerk.
Twerk,
Work,
twerk.
work.
Work,
Twerk,
work.
twerk.
Twerk,
Gotta
twerk.
work, 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 work. Gonna twerk, 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 twerk. Yep. Yep. Yeah. That's a
Yeah,
good song, though. Good
yeah,
song.
that is a good
Good
song. That's a
song.
good song. Mhm.
Yeah. Yep. 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 So what you got?
Oh, you not going first? Do you want to go first, or?
Oh well, I talked about the kid.
Oh, that's right. Oh, yeah, that's your story. Okay, okay. Hang on.
Not a story, but it was just a funny one.
Yeah.
I just ran across it and I thought it was funny. So I thought I would share it with you. I've been waiting like all week to share it because I thought you would get a kick out of it
I
that,
love that.
everybody lines even 4,000 years ago.
Yeah. Yes, that's fucking crazy.
Uh,
Um, hey, trying to make sure everything's good still for us. Yeah. All right. So let me just pull this up for you, right? Mm-hmm. Right.
yeah,
Okay.
yeah, yeah, yeah. Okay.
Okay. Yeah. Obviously, it's All
I
right.
be seeing it.
So,
It's internet Jesus.
yep. Okay. I mean, I
Yeah,
actually have.
I've actually avoided watching any of his content all week because I knew you were gonna like do something with him. So I
Well,
was like,
here's the thing. Go
he
on.
did something I want to watch. Like something on Melania Trump and the
Oh
narrative on Epstein, and I want to watch that, but I was waiting because I didn't know
no,
if you were gonna
no, I would not be
present that
talking.
one.
Sorry, no, that's definitely
Okay,
not gonna be the ones that I'm talking about. Nothing related to that.
okay, well, release the
No,
fucking files
I agree. I agree with your stance. But that is something I would not be talking about on anything because
on
it
our
is too.
podcast. I know you
It's
don't want to
you.
talk about politics, but I don't think Epstein should be political.
No, and
I
that's not what I'm saying. I never said about it being political. What I'm saying was is it's too deep of a conversation.
Yeah, I'm just saying, like, I don't think
It's
it
too
should be a
it's
political.
not. Oh no, that's not. Again, that's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is from a perspective of, oh, not everyone can mentally handle a topic like that.
No, I
Because
agree. I agree. I agree.
that's the perspective I am coming from. It has nothing to do with the politicalness. It's literally a dude that hurts children. I don't know what else to put it like
Yeah.
that.
No, no,
So
no, no. I
it's
know. There's so much to that, and there's so many onion
yeah.
layers of that. Like
So
it's
yeah.
like fucking
It is,
hell levels
and
deep. Like,
and
yeah, no, I
and
know.
even then, like I feel like us talking about it will enrage somebody. Um,
Yeah.
because
Well,
they're like, oh,
I,
actually,
yeah. Well,
and then
okay.
it's
So
just gonna ruin the comments and
actually,
ruin the vibe, and that's not what they're
right. No,
listening
no,
for.
no, no. All I'm saying is that that whole topic itself should not be political
No, I
because
agree. I'm
it,
not
in any
disagreeing
way,
about that.
shape, or form, because honestly, that shit was just gross, and that shouldn't there should be no
I think
political stance where it's
that's
okay, you know?
that's what I was yeah, I was saying yeah.
That's all
With
I'm
that.
trying to like
No,
get
you're
out
good.
there, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, you're good, you're good. Yeah, when I was saying in that sense, it wasn't like, oh yeah, we shouldn't talk about it in the political sense, but in the sense of, oh, it can be triggering for people because
Mhm.
it's a very intense, not an easy topic. Like for me personally, I don't even look into the stuff about Jeffrey Epstein because it's too much for me mentally. Like, I do
Right.
not want to know about fucking details about anything. I don't really want to be talking about it because it's just going to make me more depressed because it makes me think about all the bullshit that's happening in the world right now.
Yeah, no, I get
So,
that, and
it's just
I'm
about
not trying
the
to, like, bring
vibes.
it up as, like,
No.
"Oh, we need to discuss all of the ins and outs of it," because I really that's just you're right, it's layers deep.
Yeah.
I just,
Yeah.
I just don't think I personally
Yeah.
don't think that it should be a political topic,
I agree.
but
I
on that
agree. I
note,
don't think it's a
if anybody listening decides they do want to research into it or hear more about anything in that zone, Swoop did an amazing documentary where she did not go into details, but
Oh yeah.
she did an amazing doc on it. So if anybody is interested, I highly recommend Swoop. She's my girl.
Yes.
She's my internet crush today. So, so go for it. Like I love her so much. She's amazing.
Yeah.
She's an amazing
Yeah.
artist.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
go, yeah, watch the
Yeah.
Swoop doc. Yeah.
Yeah.
But that's that. Okay. So what
Yeah.
do we got popping, girly?
Um okay, um how do I say this? So you've heard of okay, let me start it this way. You've heard of drinking and driving, texting and driving, things like that.
Yeah.
Have you heard of streaming and driving?
I have actually I've seen a lot of people who are streaming or like they're recording videos for
Yeah.
TikTok. Yeah.
Recording is a little different, but streaming is a big concern because you're constantly looking at chat and you're
Yeah.
worrying about what other people are about to say to you, and you're so focused on that that you only think about that and look at that and you don't look at the road. In fact, that is exactly what this streamer named Extra Emily did. She's a pretty big streamer, so I kind of said her name. Um, she's probably one of the bigger ones or whatever. But I don't know much about her. Um, but I heard about this like a few weeks ago, and funnily enough, I didn't initially hear about this from Moist Critical. I initially heard it from a whole different thing with VTuber news, believe it or not.
Oh,
And
interesting.
yeah, but it was a whole kind of like was still on the main topic, but like kind of like separate because like um people in the VTuber community is like they're like, oh, so somebody can almost commit murder by driving on stream and then get a 24-hour ban, if that, but then a VTuber accidentally, shows a little too much actually shows like I don't know if like they're like this the hips and suddenly they get a permanent ban or some shit. And so that's
Mhm.
kind of that topic was about. Like, oh, and then people were like on Twitter about that. We're like, uh, oh, well, does that mean that, murder is the same equivalent to accidentally revealing something on your model. Like, are you fucking kidding me? Is that what you're saying, Twitch? And so people are kind of enraged by that, but what we're really discussing with this conversation about, I mean, this with this topic, obviously is the thing that happened itself, the actual event. Um, in fact, I even have, Voice Critical's video here, and then there's an extra video here afterwards that she kind of goes into, which we will be watching that as well. So let me just, I'm gonna play Voice Critical's video because it's the video of her actually, like part of the VOD, like a clip from the actual stream of her almost getting hit.
Okay.
To a
So
pretty serious accident. And Extra Emily has a history of distracted driving on stream.
Lucky bitches.
apparently this isn't the first time either.
Oh, sorry. Okay, my bad. That was my bad.
Yeah.
I gotta check my my oopsies. It's fine. We are making it. Good thing they did their horn. I had autopilot on and then I literally took it off.
Good thing
They had their horn, right?
Yeah.
What the fuck? I'm sorry.
Good thing.
That's irresponsible. Completely
Yeah.
irresponsible. They're like, and then she's all like, it's fine. No, it's not fine. You could get in trouble for that.
It's beyond getting in trouble. You can kill somebody.
You can kill somebody.
Dumbass.
No, it's not fine. What do you mean it's fine? What do you mean? It's like,
Yeah, dude.
fuck?
Not cool. Not fucking cool at all, man. What the
Like,
hell?
I'm sorry, but I feel like streaming and driving is not safe. It's like the same as texting. You're constantly looking at the other message, not paying attention, not even looking at the road, right?
Yeah,
And
that
it's
shouldn't be happening at all.
yeah,
Like, that
it's
should not be a thing. That is ridiculous.
yeah,
Because you can kill somebody by doing that, and that's
mhm,
fucking stupid.
yeah,
Like,
exactly,
she shouldn't have a driver's license. She should have her
exactly,
driver's license revoked because that is not responsible. And you've got to, like, cars are like tons, like 2 tons of fucking steel.
yeah,
You know, you can hit a kid in the middle of the road.
exactly. She could have hit a kid on stream. She could have
Yeah,
hit an innocent fucking child, dude. And she would have
great.
not never known because she was looking at fucking chat as opposed to,
Right. The
actually
road,
looking
right.
the road, right, exactly. And it's just like, dude, what the actual fuck? What do
Yeah,
you mean?
that's way out of fucking line. I don't
Yeah,
even know what the hell is wrong with people.
yeah, you can even see the clip on this other tab here, of the car almost hitting her. Like that
Mhm.
is her turning, and then the car like honks because it's about to hit her. Um,
Jesus fuck.
yeah. So then she makes a Twitter post on Twitter damn it, and then said, I completely understand why I was suspended because it's very dangerous. I want to learn from my mistakes and do better. Extra
Don't
Emily had
go on stream and fucking drive, dumbass.
exactly. Extra Emily has reached. Wait, no. Oh my god. Okay, that's is that? Oh, that was somebody else. All right, banned for being a phone while driving. Okay, that's just the context. But yeah, bro, like how about just not stream? Yeah, just not stream while driving. In fact, she kind of goes into more with this in this video. So,
I was suspended 2 days ago for distracted driving, and I completely understand why I was suspended because it's very dangerous.
by the way, I just want to remind you, this isn't her first time streaming and driving.
And
Yeah, it's
I want
crazy.
to learn from my mistake and do better in the future. So from now on, I'm going to try to minimize the amount of driving that I'm doing on stream.
Notice how she says
if I
minimize?
drive on stream, I'm probably going to. I'm definitely going to have the chat off, and I just want to do better and not make the same mistake again.
Don't stream and drive.
Exactly. That's so
Like,
simple.
what the fuck?
I'm just
It's not that hard. It's
No.
common goddamn sense.
No, but yeah, exactly. We need to. The goal is to stop streaming and driving, not minimize streaming and driving. Like,
No.
no.
No, it's not like you're parked on the side of the road.
Yeah.
Like your car, you got a flat tire or your car broke down or something, and you're like, oh,
Mhm.
fuck it, I'm going to go on stream. No,
Yeah.
you're driving.
You are, yeah.
What part is hard for you to understand that it's not only like just it's just stupid. Like, like it's just plain stupid.
Yep.
Like I
Absolutely.
don't even have other words. It's just stupid.
No, I
Like you
agree.
look like a dumbass idiot.
Yeah, exactly. It's just like, why are you fucking doing this? And then again, it's just like, well, I'm gonna minimize the amount of doing it. Like, what do you mean minimize? You're gonna minimize the amount of you hurting people? What do you mean? What do you mean?
Yeah,
What?
no, that's ridiculous. Like it's just plain stupid. Like I
Yeah.
don't even have other words. It's like, girl, what the fuck is wrong with you? Where the fuck is your brain at?
Yeah. Her brain is on streaming. That's where her brain
Like,
at. It's all the views.
bruh. Like views are one thing, but your life is a whole nother. Your
Yeah.
view count, what you're gonna die on stream?
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
beyond fucking you
Yeah.
can die.
Yeah. Or you could hurt someone else. Like, hurt a child. Like, a child can die on stream. I don't think anybody could come back from that. And nobody could
No,
come back from that.
no. I mean, that's fucking murder right there. You can
Mhm.
kill somebody.
Mhm.
Like, I mean, I don't know, I'm not a lawyer, but you're looking at fucking at least manslaughter charges,
Yeah, exactly. That's what
going
people
to
are
jail
saying. Yeah.
forever,
Exactly.
you know.
Exactly.
And then, yeah, I mean, dude, I don't know. It just, oh my God. All I can say is it's stupid. And that's
Yeah.
just, she shouldn't have a driver's license. She shouldn't have a car. She's a
Mhm.
fucking another entitled influencer person. Ugh.
Yeah, I know. It's just like, come on, dude. I'm gonna minimize the amount of driving while I stream. Like, what?
So I do feel really bad for like being distracted and not being safe on the roads, and I totally understand why people are like, what the heck, like what is happening, but I'm learning from it and I want to just do better and not do that again. So I won't be driving on stream for like at least.
At least, oh yeah, she kind of goes into that Tier Moist Criticals video, but
At least I'm gonna minimize it because I'm stupid.
yeah, like, bro, what do you fucking mean you're gonna minimize it? Come on.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't have words.
What
It's
the
just
heck?
stupid.
Like, what is happening? Just a few
I'm just
weeks.
trying to catch it up. Just a few weeks. Wait, what? Oh, did she actually go into more with this?
I do feel really on the roads, and I'm learning from it, and I want to just do better. I won't be driving on stream for like at least a few weeks. Who knows when I come back to Austin? But that's why I'm doing hitchhiking today, and I just like don't want to even risk it anymore. But even if I do drive, I'm gonna take steps to make sure I improve, which is like closing off chat or putting maybe the camera somewhere else and just improving in the future.
Why did
Yeah, okay. So, I'm gonna move the camera, guys. I'm just gonna move the camera.
You're gonna turn off chat. You're gonna move the camera. How about just not stream and drive? How
Exactly.
about that?
Like, seriously, I feel like that should be illegal. Like, nobody
It is illegal.
Yeah, nobody should. No, watching somebody drive isn't really all that interesting anyway. Like, where's the content in that? Oh yeah, somebody on a wheel. Oh man, that's my favorite part. I love when that person turned. Like what?
Yeah, that should be like I would assume it's like under the texting laws because it's illegal to text and drive.
It should be.
So I would guess that's what they would
Yeah.
pull. I mean, I don't know because lawyers and all that shit. But honestly, that's just bullshit, and
Yeah.
she should not be like driving.
And
Like she shouldn't have a car. She should have her license revoked. She should just not be. Yeah, no, that's
I
way not
agree.
cool.
I 1000% agree. And then and what's even crazier is that Twitch only gave them a 24-hour ban. that should not, like, that is not enough time for you to think about your consequences, like, at
Yeah,
all. It's like,
yeah,
oh, that's a vacation day. Come on.
yeah. No, dude, what the fuck? Like,
That
what the
is,
fuck?
yeah,
Twitch, what the fuck?
yeah, that's
Like,
not enough time.
like she didn't kill anybody, thank God.
Yeah,
But
that's a good
you
thing.
know,
But
yeah.
doesn't excuse her actions to begin with, because you can kill somebody if you try again, even if you quote unquote minimize it, or quote unquote hide the chat, or quote unquote turn away the camera, like what
How
you
about just don't drive and stream?
exactly. And bro, like, if you're, what do you mean by like turn away the camera? What are you gonna turn away to? A chair? Nobody's gonna want to fucking watch that either.
Right? Put the camera, like, put the seatbelt over it, like it's a passenger.
Exactly.
Here.
There you go. Ready for your next adventure, guys? We're gonna go eat ice cream. We're gonna go eat ice
Right?
cream.
Did Chatwin go for a ride? Go for a ride? Chatwin go for a ride?
Just starts treating like chat like a fucking dog.
Yeah, right? You go for a ride, puppies? You go for a ride? You wanna go for a ride? Chat. Thanks for the bit. Thanks for the bit. Thanks for the bit.
Thanks for the bait, the biddies, the biddies.
Oh my god, yeah, okay, even that I would be like, all right, that's unique. That's something different. Like,
Mhm.
you put your phone like, facing the road as you're driving. Okay, I can do that. I can get with that, right?
Yeah, I mean,
But
I'm pretty sure there's like there's videos where people just record like the road, but
yeah, while
well,
they're driving, yeah.
yeah, obviously
But
you pay attention to the road very carefully.
right, they're talking while they're driving to the camera is actually facing the road, right?
Exactly. It's
Exactly.
not looking at the streamer, or the
Right.
record, or the content creator, any sort of, but even then I still, I mean if you're just not streaming, I guess it's a little more fine. It's still probably not a good idea to record while streaming, or I mean while recording, or while driving, I mean, because like I don't know, it could be a sort of distraction, but also I feel like if you would know and you're careful, you could get away with it maybe, but it's really probably not the best idea anyway.
Yeah,
You
I
know?
think, well, the ones I've seen of like driving stuff have been like big things, like,
Yeah.
bombs going off, or, big fires
No,
or
those are
fireworks, stuff like
yeah,
that,
those are
or something
different. Yeah.
funny. Yeah,
Yeah.
I've seen those, but I've not, like, I don't think I've ever seen somebody just driving down the road
Yeah.
recording. I think they
Yeah.
like people will pull out their phones and record wild shit,
Yeah.
which is,
And
you
that's if they've
know,
stopped. They don't continue to drive while they're recording.
right.
They will
No.
stop the vehicle first and then record.
Right, or a passenger of theirs will be
Yeah.
recording,
Yeah,
right, and I've seen
exactly.
that,
That
which
that
is
too.
that's
That
fine.
that's fine. And I feel like if there was a second passenger, like even for streaming, if there was a second passenger, I feel like it would be a little better, because it's the passenger looking at chat, and it's the passenger
Right,
paying attention, not the driver.
right.
So
As a driver, your eyes should be on the fucking road.
exactly. As a driver, your eyes should always be on the road.
Right,
Yeah. Cause I mean, even on streams, there's been like streamers like that actually travel to different places, right? Like I've been watching a lot of her Iron Mouse, like, and her tours and stuff. Like she recently did a Puerto Rican tour with her friend Sea Dog, and so they were. I mean, Sea Dog was in the car and stuff and everything, but he was not driving. He was in the back seat.
right. That's perfectly fine. Even
Exactly.
if you're in the passenger seat, it's perfectly fine. How I've taken videos and, pictures when I was in the car with your dad,
Yeah.
as a passenger.
Yeah.
But I was a passenger, and
Exactly.
I was not driving the car,
You were not
when
actively. Behind the wheel, exactly.
No, when I'm behind the wheel, I am very, very anal because it scares the living shit out of
Yeah.
me,
Oh
right?
yeah. I freak out too. I don't even know how people wouldn't get. I don't even know how she didn't get nervous while looking at
Right,
shit and driving. Like that would freak me the fuck out. Like genuinely.
right. Right, my anxiety is way too high for that shit. Like, no
Exactly.
fucking way. Like, no
Exactly.
fucking way, dude. My anxiety, I see another car and I'm like, oh no, no, no.
Yeah.
That's,
Same.
like, no, dude. Like, my anxiety would be like through the fucking roof. And I would not be able to be in the car with that chick. Like, no
No.
fucking way.
Oh yeah, I would refuse to be in the car with that woman.
Oh,
Hell
no
no.
way. No way.
That's not happening.
Bitch, I will get in the car with a drunk driver before I get in the car with you. Okay? No.
That says a lot. That says a lot.
That is a whole lot, yeah, because I
Yeah.
don't believe in drinking and driving either.
Yeah.
And don't do that, people. That's bad.
Yeah, that's also really bad.
Yes, but
Not
yeah, that
yeah.
chick, man, she's worse than a drunk driver because
Like
she is literally not paying attention to
she's not
anything.
and she's
But the
it's
bitch,
worse. Yeah, it's worse because she's sober and she's self-conscious. She is aware of what she is doing. Like when
right,
you're drunk, you're not as aware. I mean, you're still a fucking dumbass, right? You're drunk
right,
and you're driving. But like when she's sober. She is flat
right,
out sober. She
right,
knows. She has the
exactly.
critical thinking skills to figure out what the fuck she's doing.
Right, when you're inebriated, on drugs or alcohol or whatever, yeah, your brain it's chemically induced. Your
Yeah.
decisions are chemically induced, as
Mhm.
opposed to being stone cold sober when you should have the situational awareness that you do not pay attention to your phone when you're on the road. Now, it's one thing if you're
Exactly.
running GPS and you have to glance over or something,
Yeah.
because sometimes GPS gets stupid and it'll be like,
Yeah.
make a right at this road, and then
Yeah.
you make the right, and then, oh, you need to turn around, and so it
Yeah.
does get dumb,
That's different.
but
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 even
that's
then, yeah.
GPS,
Yeah,
right?
and even then people still stop before they really continue on
Yeah,
driving. People will like stop to like pick up their directions because you don't really
yeah,
want to continue to get lost anyway. You just gotta like look and see, okay, where do I go next, right?
right, exactly, exactly. That's just, it's fucking stupid, and I don't even have other words for that chick. She's just stupid.
Yeah, I'm just
Like,
like, what the actual fuck?
yeah, she's dumb. She's really, really, really dumb.
Mhm.
That's
Mhm.
all I can say is she's just dumb. Like, I don't even know what
Yeah.
the hell. Like, that's just, there's no excuse for that. There's no answers for that. The only thing, my big question is where are the cops? Okay.
That is
You
a
know,
good question.
though these motherfuckers, and yeah,
Yeah. Yep,
I
yep,
hate
yep.
it here because they kill babies, and not all cops kill babies, but certain ones have killed babies, and ugh. Anyway, so yeah, there's a story going around, and again, I'm not trying to make it political
You're
because,
good.
but okay, so I will say this though, because this was not political at all. But okay, so there was a family, there was a mom, an aunt, and a baby. I think the baby was 2,
Oh,
and they went to Walmart, got a box of diapers, were walking out. I guess there was some sort of shoplifting call or something.
whoa.
Um, yeah, so I don't. The mom was not charged with shoplifting, but they stopped. The car turned to go out. They put the baby in the car and the diapers in the car, and they turned to go out. And instead of just getting in their squad car, the cops shot into the car, and the baby.
No,
Yeah,
that's horrible. Oh my
yeah,
God.
over a fucking box of diapers. And I mean, I actually posted this on our TikTok, and like, if a life, there's no excuse for this at all. Like, the cops said, oh, they trying to hit him or whatever, they're bullshit, but there's no excuse for that. You do
Yeah,
not shoot into a car with a fucking child in it. I don't care. And
exactly.
and the mom had obviously she was not charged with shoplifting or anything because she obviously paid for the diapers. Then she was facing no charges. So they
Mm-mm.
just shot this baby in cold blood, and it was fucking wrong.
I
And
hope he went to jail. I hope that cop went to jail.
this just recently happened. It was like
Wow.
Sunday. Yeah, it was
Holy
like the
shit.
5th. Yeah. So I was like pissed the fuck off when I saw this, and it was like such bullshit.
That's
Um,
disgusting. Like,
it
actually
really
so
was.
fucking diabolical.
It
Cops need to
really is.
fucking actually get off their asses and do their fucking job because this is absurd. Like, you're just
Yeah.
shooting randomly into a car. Guns are not always the fucking answer. Just, ugh.
You
Like,
don't shoot into a car with a baby. If you believe in shooting in cars with babies, you shouldn't be wearing the badge, and my tax dollars shouldn't be paying you.
exactly.
Period.
Our
Period.
taxes shouldn't be going to you.
No, because
Our taxes are
no.
not going into you shooting babies with your dumbass gun. Our
Right.
taxes are for you to protect our citizens.
Right. Exactly. Or exactly. Like I always try to give people the benefit of the doubt, whatever, whoever, right? Always. I just love all humans for being human. But when you're shooting into a fucking car with babies in it for no goddamn reason,
That's just
because you think
disgusting.
that might be shoplifting over a pack of diapers, okay? A
That's so
human
disgusting.
life is way, way more
More
precious
important.
than a pack of fucking
Yeah, you
diapers.
can replace the pack of diapers, but you can't replace the one you love.
Exactly. You can't yeah, no, not a
And
baby.
they
Yeah,
just took
it's
that away from that poor mom.
exactly.
They just took that
Ex-
life away from that mom, which is absolutely horrid,
mhm.
disgusting, and
It really
diabolical,
is.
and that person should just go fucking, I don't know.
Yeah, no, and that's just it. It's like, so I don't understand like how this bitch is getting away with fucking, driving while streaming and
Mhm.
nearly causing multitude of accidents.
Yep.
Yet they're shooting into cars with babies.
Yep.
Where the
That
fucking
makes
cops?
no
Like,
sense.
explain this to me. Is it because she's a fucking Twitch streamer influencer person and she's supposedly better than other people? What the fuck is this shit?
Yeah. Yeah. Oh,
Like,
yeah, Twitch is just giving him a slap on the wrist, and cops forget it. It's not like it matters.
right. But
It's Twitch. It's not real.
right. And that's just it. It's like, where the fucking cops when this is going on? And I just want to add something here. And this is, just saying here, if you see a people stealing some bread, some milk, some food, some baby formula, some diapers, no, you didn't see shit in this economy.
I'm gonna be real. Like, honestly, those are basic needs, and if I mean, I am by any means like encouraging of stealing by any means. Just want to
Hmm.
clarify that. However, I am less inclined to be upset if someone were to steal those basic needs as opposed to stealing like something like a PS5, right? Like,
Right,
you're buying, you're like, I get it, right? Your family is starving. You need to feed your babies. That is
right.
so valid, and I have more than respect for you on that. Even though you're obviously, again, stealing is not okay, and I do not
No,
endorse or
right,
appreciate it.
no,
But you're not stealing a want. So you're stealing something that's a need and in the process of thinking about other people. And again, that doesn't make it okay because
no,
all actions have consequences. But
no, no. And that's just what I'm saying is like, I I worked in retail a very long time. And
yeah,
honestly, we caught a lot of theft, and the biggest theft that we caught is there's a big myth that they try to tell everybody in retail that it's retail workers who are stealing the most, like, but that's not true.
yeah, that's not
the
true.
most the most theft actually comes from people stealing food and basic needs.
Gee, I
um
wonder why.
yeah, and the highest population that we saw, and I can't say because I don't have any statistics in front of me, so I don't want to blab about something I'm not, I don't know for sure. But what we saw when I worked in retail was the most people that were stealing were senior citizens.
Interesting.
Yeah, it wasn't
Are
younger folk, it
are you
wasn't, it wasn't kids, it wasn't retail workers.
are you
Um,
telling me that all the older people that are super poor are going out and stealing because they can't afford their own bread in their house, because they can't even have like no sort of any like retirement money at all whatsoever. What?
Yeah. Yeah.
That's a
So
crazy fucking concept. What kind of place are we living in? Oh wait.
yeah, no, I just wanted to throw that out there because I really hate the fact that everybody thinks, retail workers are stealing
Yeah.
and,
They're really
and
not. Like
but,
they're just trying to
you
make
know,
their fucking money, and then they get blamed because the managers and the
yeah.
bosses are like don't want to get in trouble, so they just take it out on the employees because they think they're all that in bag of chips when they're actually really not.
Yeah, I remember when I worked at one retail location, we were required when we were working and we bought something after our shifts. So when we were leaving, we were required to stop in front of the video camera, show our receipt to the manager, and show everything in our bags to the manager. Even though it was after we got out of work.
Yep,
Even
no,
yeah.
no,
So, yeah, and
mm-mm,
I mean, all of the times I worked in retail, I never ever saw any of my coworkers stealing. I
nope.
did see senior citizens stealing. I did see little small children stealing, like,
Yeah, but those
you
are
know,
kids.
yeah,
Like,
like 3 or 4 year
yeah,
olds would like
even
pick up like, yeah, I mean, no, I'm
yeah,
talking like the littles, they would pick up like, a bag of candy or something, and I
yeah,
don't know if the parents didn't
yeah.
realize it or whatever, and they would walk out of the
Yeah.
store,
But yeah,
you
those
know.
are kids though. Like even I
Right.
did that when I was like 9 and you were like you literally made me go back to the store. Literally the most based action to do as a mother, by the way, guys, instead of like, any sort of like, shame punishment or physical punishment, it was like, "Oh, you stole? Well, I'm going to take you back to the store and you're going to apologize to the cashier." And that's what I did. And I don't think I have never stolen anything ever since because, I have learned my lesson.
Yeah, well, that was you and your sibling, and you guys stole gum
Yeah, we
from,
stole gum when we
yeah.
were like 9.
Yeah, you guys
But
were,
see,
yeah, you were
that's
like,
the thing
you were
though.
like 9, and I think
Uh,
your sibling was like 7 at the
mhm,
time, something like that. But yeah, so when you did that, and that was the punishment, was
yeah,
you had to go back to the store that you
mhm,
stole it from. You
mhm,
had to return it, and you had to apologize
mhm,
to the cashier there
yep. And then I think we
because
paid for it even too. I think if I remember, I
I
think we
don't
paid for it.
remember.
I
I
thought you were
probably did, but I don't
knowing you.
remember. But yeah, I made you apologize, and
Yeah,
because having worked in those fields my entire life,
you know it.
I know how it is, and I also know that stealing is wrong,
Yeah,
and I am totally against stealing things
yeah,
that you don't need.
yeah. I
I mean,
agree. You
I
don't
am not
need
a thief
gum,
by
right?
any means, because I don't steal either, and I don't believe in
Right,
it.
yeah, no,
Right, and I
no, no,
raised you
neither
guys
of us,
better than
yeah,
that,
no, like
but
I said, I have never stolen anything ever, since, like, that, I have, like, you know, and again, we were, like, kids are gonna do
yeah.
that.
Yeah, and I think all kids steal something at some point
Yeah,
in their
I feel
lives, or
like I think so. I think there is a slight temptation as when you're a kid, you're just like, "Oh, I'll
Mhm.
sneak away, I'll get away with it and sneak it in my
Right.
pocket." And
Right,
then,
exactly.
but in reality, that's just not gonna be the case.
Yeah, well, I remember when the early 2000s, like the early 2010s era, when it was really popular for, parents to put their kid on the internet with a sign of "I
Uh,
stole this" or
I
"I
hate
did
those fucking
this," or
photos. I'm sorry, I need to say this right now, but if you are actively putting your child on the internet, you are endangering your child. Straight up. You are actively putting your child at risk because there are so many disgusting people out there that will try and find you and actually come to your house. That is a big
yeah.
problem. That is a huge problem. I think that is irresponsible and completely disgusting as a parent, and I think that parent needs to be fucking taught a lesson too. Ugh. And I'm not saying
No,
this because I'm like, I'm a child of you or anything, but I'm saying this in the sense of like, oh, I'm not saying this in a kid's perspective, but I'm saying in the perspective of, oh, that's not morally right. You are actively putting your child at risk. It is the same thing as if a child, you and I had this conversation the other day, right? Right? It's like you and I were saying that, oh, that children should not be streaming or recording with their faces because
right,
we
right.
all know why. And
Yeah, and that was the rule when you guys were growing up. And I
exactly.
mean, your brother had a pretty large YouTube channel, which he decided against doing anymore because he just got tired of doing it.
Yeah.
But that was the rule. If you're gonna do YouTube or any type of thing, streaming, whatever, you are not putting your face
Yeah.
online. You
Yeah.
don't put your personal
Yeah.
information online. You don't put your face online. You don't tell
Yeah.
them where you go to school. You
Yep.
don't tell them where you live. I mean,
Mhm.
hell, we don't even talk about where we live now, and we're
Yeah, I
adults.
know. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I don't even like
But
fucking use a face now, and I'm an adult. I'm 25 years old, and I fucking use a VTuber model, and I just I
right,
don't fucking trust the internet. Like I've had face cam streams like I have in the past, but then I
yeah,
wasn't really not. It wasn't really about a safety concern. I mean, it kind of ended up going that route, but it was more or less like, oh, I just didn't really feel confidence with my own face. But after that, it's so safety. It's like I do not want some creep coming down our door and then trying to, do some weird ass shit. You know what I
right.
mean?
Right, no, and that's exactly it. And it's a safety issue because, people are fucking crazy. You just don't
Yeah,
know.
exactly.
But no, the parents would that's how they would shame their children. Would they,
That's just so
whenever they
diabolical.
did something wrong, or if they didn't clean their rooms, which all teenagers, or they didn't do the dishes, or,
Yeah.
they stayed out
And
past
and
curfew, or
yeah,
what, and all kids
also
do that
yeah,
shit
also, here's another thing. Whatever goes on the internet stays on the internet forever.
forever. Yeah,
Exactly. No
and
matter
because, yeah,
even if you
you can,
decide to delete it, you're
uh-huh.
fucked. You're fucked.
I
You
know,
are
I
yeah,
know, because people can go on the
yeah.
Wayback Machine and find it, right?
Oh yeah,
And
absolutely.
that's just it. It's like
Yeah,
I always, when I was seeing these posts, because this was, back when like Facebook was popping and all of that, and that's when I would see most of these posts
yeah,
was like Twitter and Facebook, and it was like it wasn't even Twitter at the time. It was just Facebook, I believe.
yeah.
But it was like, like these people would be posting their children and, oh, this kid didn't do the dishes, or this kid didn't clean
Yeah.
their room, or, this kid didn't walk the dog.
Yeah.
People were even putting shame signs on their fucking dogs and cats,
I think
okay?
I've heard about that. And
Yeah,
I feel like that's just more silly than anything. I don't. First off,
yeah,
an animal is not even gonna learn a lesson. Secondly, you might as well just, you literally might as well just have a whole different sign that just says, I don't know, something funny like I ate all of mom's chicken or something, but it's supposed to be
right,
funny and not in a mean way. It's supposed to be a meme.
right,
That's a little different, but they're
right,
also not feeling humiliated. They're not at risk of being doxxed
right.
on the internet because they're not, you know.
Right, no, but these people, like, they would do this stuff to their kids,
Yeah.
their teenagers, and it used to irritate me because I would see these posts and I'd be like, "Are you fucking kidding me right now?"
Would you
I would
ever
never do that to my child because
Yeah.
it would be humiliating. I am so very, very blessed and grateful that I am Gen X and I grew up before the
Yeah.
internet, okay?
Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
honestly, I did stupid shit, right? And we
Yeah.
all do,
Oh, we all
you
do
know?
stupid shit, yeah.
But my stupid shit is not forever on the internet.
Yeah, no,
I,
no.
Gen Z, you guys are
You
fucked. Sorry,
Yeah. Whatever,
but
yeah, yeah, like, but all the mistakes that you did was just all, like,
all
you had
erased. Right, it's in my memory. Right,
it's in your
and
memory, and everyone
yeah,
else might have
it's
forgotten
gone.
about it, yeah.
Yeah, it's gone. It's long gone. But that's what I'm saying. Like, I would never do that to you. And it's like I see these, people, the child influencers, and these fucking 8 years olds and shit. And it's
Yeah,
like, what the fuck is wrong with
yeah.
these parents, especially the ones that have little kids? Okay,
Yeah.
what is that? Piper something, Piper Rock something, Roth, I don't know. I have to
Oh,
look it up. But
I did not heard
she's
about this.
She was a child influencer, and now she's an OnlyFans person. She started as a Piper Rockwell, I think it is. I'm not sure. There's a big Netflix documentary about it too. But she was a child influencer. She started really young. Her mom made her do influencing, and all of her
Oh,
life was all just around influencing, or not influ child star shit on fucking TikTok. And then,
yeah.
and her mom, these people will dress their, toddlers up in bathing suits and put pictures of them on the internet,
No,
and
no,
or
no,
film them.
no.
Yeah,
Mm-mm.
and then,
Not in a bathing suit.
most of their followers are like fucking 40-year-old freaky
Hell,
dudes.
hell no, hell no,
And
hell
there's
no.
and then when people call these mothers out, they're like, "Oh, well, it's innocent. It's just innocent. It's just a mommy and me videos, TikTok thing." And I'm like, "This is
It's my
disgusting.
ex.
You are using your child.
Yeah,
You know what's happening." And
yeah,
that's why it always irritated me when people did it then. And it's even worse now because
yeah.
now it's like, streaming and shit. We
Yeah,
didn't
I
have
know.
that.
And it was just like back then it was mostly like 30-second clips on Facebook.
Right.
Now it's like hours on hours of,
Hmm. Yep.
it possibly being
Of
punishing
little
a child.
kids.
Yeah.
Yeah, oh yeah, and then there's like I remember people doing videos like, back then, like they would like be going off on their child and calling them names and humiliating
Yeah.
them, and like all kinds of shit. Like, I would never have done that to you guys. I
Yeah.
never did it to you guys,
Yeah.
because to me that would be like, I mean, I would feel like a terrible human being for doing something like that to begin
Yeah.
with. But then on top of it, like fucking, yeah, putting it on the internet. Oh my god, no.
Yeah.
Fuck no. Fuck no.
That's a big mistake in itself. Yeah. You basically
Yeah.
just ruined the child's life at that point. And also,
Yeah.
people can like trace back childhood faces to current faces. People can
Mhm.
do that. People can look at like, sorry, other moms out there. You posted your child on the internet. Well, good luck, because now you're gonna have to fucking face the consequences of your own actions. Now you're gonna have to protect your daughter from all of the fucking creeps that you've decided to fucking post on the internet because you're so selfish and all you wanted to do was just have views because suddenly you think that was really funny. But it actually really wasn't, and it was actually really shameful, and I really hope you actually think about the consequences of your actions in the future. Yeah, I mean,
Mhm.
hi, how you doing?
Right. No, right, right. That's exactly it.
And it's not even just moms, it can be any parent.
Right. No, it's disgusting. It's disgusting. You don't see a lot of dads doing that stuff, though. I mean,
Yeah,
I have not run in, I've seen like maybe one or two dad talk things where they're
yeah,
like that, but but I don't pay attention to most of it. I just kind of see what I
see it.
see on
Yeah,
YouTube, whatever. So that's the only reason I even know about shit like that, because it's just gross. Like, I
yeah,
don't know. Like, I don't know. It's just fucking disgusting. And some people are just, they're money hungry, so they're using their kids to make money,
yeah,
and they know what's
exactly.
going on. I'm sorry, but you got a fucking brain in your head,
Yeah,
use it.
yeah. They literally, they don't even have a brain. They have a fucking tumor for a brain.
Apparently. Yeah.
That bro can't even use their actual brain. They use whatever they see to firsthand.
Mhm. So,
All they want is attention.
yeah, pretty much, pretty much. It's just gross. People are
Yep.
gross.
Yep.
All right. So I am going to change the topic up a little bit, a little more interesting
Ooh,
stuffs.
do tell
Yeah,
us the
yeah.
tea. The tea.
The tea, I got the teas. The tea. Okay. So, well, I was watching something the other night. First of
Mhm.
all, I was playing Tavern Keeper. This is first part. This is just something. This is not anything to do with my topic. But
Yeah.
I was playing Tavern Keeper, and your Discord channel showed up, and it said something about you have a swear jar in your Discord channel.
I know who that was. I know what that
Yeah,
conversation. Yeah.
and I was like, the first thing that popped in my head was, you have a swear jar in Discord. How much
No,
money do you?
it's
How
not.
much
I
do you
know.
owe? Because girl, your mouth is as bad as mine.
No, 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 no. That wasn't me. That was actually a
I
whole
know
different.
I know it wasn't you
Yeah.
per se, but I wanted to know how much you owe personally in the swear jar because I know who it
No,
was that said it, but it
no,
just
no,
how much fucking
no,
owe to this thing.
no, it's nothing like that. Yeah, it's just we were just joking about that because the friend rarely ever swears. So
Oh, okay.
that was the whole context. Yeah, it was nothing to
Yeah.
do with an actual swear jar. No, nobody was anything like that. You know, I
I just
swear
thought it was
all the
funny.
fucking 3 seconds. It's just
I
that person
know.
in the chat or in my Discord doesn't. Like she literally she's very innocent most of people compared to most people. So that's all I'm gonna, that's all I can
No.
really say.
I just thought it was really funny because I
Yeah,
saw a swear jar and I was like, "Holy shit, how
yeah.
much does she owe in this thing?" Like,
No, that
because
was just the start of the swear jar. Which trust me,
girl,
just opened
you
the bank.
by now you probably owed a fucking $1,000,000. I'm
Yeah,
like, oh my
actually,
god.
if there was a swear jar that I had to need to put on how much money, I think if every time I swore, yeah,
Oh my god. We think we're broke now. Jeez.
yeah, we'd be dead in the water.
Yeah. That would not be fun.
Yeah, no,
All
nothing more
right.
than that, but
Yeah. All right. So I have a really crazy story ish. It's not even a story. It's something I ran across. Um and it really is fucking terrifying if I'm being
oh,
honest.
oh
Okay?
no, okay,
So there is this new thing, this new trend on
oh
TikTok,
no,
of course, everything in TikTok and Instagram that goes viral.
and
And
most of them are bad too.
yeah, it is pretty bad. So it is called tan maxing.
Oh my God, isn't
Yes. So, instead of going out in the sun like a normal human being or, buying spray tan, you know, I mean, sun is better because we all need it.
yeah,
We need the vitamins from the sun. But
absolutely,
so instead of going out into the sun, these people are getting this drug off of the internet. It's called melananitan. I can't even pronounce it.
Mel,
Melananitan 2. Um, but it's also
Tan.
called the Barbie drug.
Oh, I'll just search it up that way then.
Yeah, so here's the scoop, okay? It's not approved in the USA, the
Oh.
UK, or Australia, okay? So
Mhm.
they're just buying this shit online and it's completely unregulated by any this issue here. It really is creepy as shit
Yeah,
because you
yeah,
see some of these pictures of these very, very, very white girls who turn, very dark brown.
yeah.
And
It's kind of almost giving like I'm not saying it is, but it's like I feel like you're walking on thin ice around the same as if you were trying to blackface. Honestly, I feel like that's what it
yeah,
is. I mean,
I I guess. I mean, I don't I don't
especially if
know
you
if
know,
that's what you're
like,
thinking
I mean,
necessarily. Like, I don't think that's what you're thinking like initially. Like, I'm just saying
yeah,
like I can't say that
no.
these girls are like, "Oh yeah, let me, make fun of
No,
black people,"
no, I don't think that's the initial process anyway. That is not like or any sort of process. I don't think that's anything. However, as a white person, I mean, obviously not just because of the health effects, but also I feel like that could come across almost offensive, right?
Yeah, I think so too. I think because of
And
the
then
whole like I mean, black and brown people have had years and centuries of being, you know, abused and
exactly.
been treated horribly.
Hmm.
And, you know, and then to just turn around and, oh, they developed this drug that now, you can turn into, a brown person. And what? No,
It's
I don't think
just,
that's, yeah. I think it kind of takes away, like, it's a big conversation to be had, because I mean, again, I am not a black person, so I
yeah.
can't
No,
speak
we
for it
can't.
being a black,
Yeah,
but
we can't like really dictate or anything like that, and how anybody would really feel. That would be for
right,
them to decide.
right.
That's
But
especially a conversation for them to decide. Yeah.
I would think that as a white person, I would think that, that would just be wrong, because, appropriation,
Yeah, exactly.
um, there's that. There's also, the whole, I mean, if I were a black person, I'd be pissed the fuck off. I'd be like, what
Exactly.
is this shit?
Exactly. I'd be
Like,
actually
you didn't have to deal with the fucking centuries of hate, and then
exactly. You don't
all of
know
a
what
sudden
you've
you
been.
get my
Yeah.
skin tone? What the fuck
Yeah.
is this
Yeah.
shit?
You don't get
You know,
to own that crown, right?
right,
You don't.
exactly.
Yeah. You don't get to own that with like pride. You're not the one who was born into that community. You just kind of like slapped it on yourself and called it a day because you
Right,
wanted to look prettier.
right, and that's fucked up, to
Yeah.
me. It's fucked up, and I mean, there's a whole conversation that needs to be had about that, but that's not a conversation that we
No.
can have,
No,
because
no, no.
A, we're not taking that drug, and B, we're
No,
not
definitely
black
not.
people,
No,
so,
I definitely don't think we have any sort of like take
mm-mm,
on that by any means. We cannot
no.
like I would definitely be loving to hear like a conversation with like I would love to hear a conversation about this if with like you know people of color because I feel like I want to hear their perspective because obviously they have the right to say and put their input on that, right? So I would just like to hear what they would say because again, it's them, right?
Right. Yeah, the video I did watch was put out by a person of color, and she was just saying that, she also said that there needs to be a bigger, larger conversation about this,
Yeah,
because honestly, it's fucked up,
yeah,
and I mean, I am, I'm really concerned for Gen Z,
me
because
too. And Gen
like
Alpha.
and Gen Alpha, because, like, okay, you got looks maxing, now you got tan maxing,
Yeah,
and
Mog Maxing or whatever.
you got like fucking 15, 16-year-old kids who are like having plastic
Yeah,
surgery. They're having rhinoplasty.
yeah,
You got fucking
yeah,
18-year-olds trying to have facelifts, like
yeah,
18 to 20-year-olds having facelifts. What? Y'all ain't
yeah,
got no damn wrinkles. You want to see wrinkles? Come look at me. No,
yeah,
seriously though, like, there's no wrinkles on these
yeah,
girls' faces. They don't
yeah,
need facelifts. And I'm really concerned for, younger generations, because it's just so much is being done right now that doesn't need to be done. But
right.
then there's the other question of, who the fuck can afford this shit?
That is a very good point. Like, where do you even get it? Like,
Right. You go to,
where?
like, you can go to a med spa or whatever and
Yeah,
get stuff like that, done, and, and like, like plastic surgeons and stuff to do
that's true.
certain things. But who the hell can afford this shit?
Yeah,
Because I sure can't. And
yeah,
I
no.
mean, even my insurance wouldn't cover that shit,
Yeah. Even
you
if we
know?
could afford it, like, we would not do it just because of all the things we've already listed, but
Right. No, we wouldn't do that anyway. But that's my point. Like, I don't get where people, like, I see like all this shit from TikTok and Instagram, and it's like, yeah, these people are doing looks maxing and tan
yeah,
maxing and getting these Barbie drugs, and they're getting facelifts, and they're doing this, and I'm
yeah,
like, where, like, you're financing this? Like, and I mean, I'm actually curious, because, like, I don't know how they're financing. Are you taking out credit cards to pay for this shit, and then you're like not only fucking your entire face up, and then
yeah,
and you're doing that, and then on top of it you're going to massive debt, like
yeah,
the
your
mass
fucking
amount of
whole life's
debt.
over.
Yeah, your whole life is fucked over, because even I watched something about the one of the big surgeries is the buccal fat surgery, which is actually there's a fat pad that's like inside our cheeks. That's what makes our cheeks puffy, you know?
Oh, yeah.
And that they take that out to make it look like that gaunt, straight kind of face, like not straight, but like pointy face, that
Yeah.
gaunt thing, like Ariana Grande or whatever her name is.
Yeah.
Yeah, she got that done and she looks so weird. Like she looks
Oh,
so fucking weird.
I
But
know. They got the skeleton looking faces, yeah.
yeah, so they have this little fat pads taken out, but they don't grow back. So,
Uh,
and it ages you because that's how older people look. You look at like a senior citizen, like a 70-year-old, 80-year-old, because we start losing that as we get older,
yeah.
right? Like, and that's why older people look like their faces are more gaunt than younger folk with the puffy cheeks, right?
Yeah.
You get, as you get older, you lose that. That starts to just wear down.
Right.
And so it's a natural thing that it goes away, but to take it out at 18,
Yeah.
you're gonna
You,
look older. You're gonna look 40 by the time you're 25.
yeah, that's a very good point. It's like, and when you're like actually like, by the time you're actually like 40, I can't even imagine what you're gonna look like then, dude. Like when you're actually an adult and you actually start getting wrinkles, what is that gonna look like, right? Like,
Right.
I don't
Yeah, I
know.
mean, it's insane to me that people will actually do this to themselves. And I mean, I guess they're financing it and they're going into debt to do it. Like, I don't know. That's the only thing I can think because I mean, unless, you got rich parents or something, but
Probably.
if even if I had the money and one of you guys came to me and like, oh, I want to get the surgery done, like you're
No.
fucking crazy. I ain't paying
Yeah.
for that shit. That's
Hell
no,
no.
no, hell
Yeah.
to the no. I work hard for
Uh-uh.
my money, but I don't know. Like I just like I see it as it's really insane to me where people are going and doing all of these crazy things like and then putting your life at risk like with this Barbie drug, you
Yeah.
know, your brain swelling. I mean, sorry, but if there's a side effect of brain swelling in any drug, I'm not taking it. Okay?
Yeah, no, that is a really, 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 really bad sign. And you and I are always like, pro medicine and shit like that. We are always
Yes. I'm
like
pro vax, I'm pro
yeah,
science. I work
exactly.
with, I work in healthcare.
You literally work
Yeah.
in the medical field. That is your
Yes.
job. And for
Yes.
you to
Yes.
say that, for you to say, no, I would not take this, is a big, big, big thing because, yeah, your
Right.
life will be fucked.
Right. Well, also, like, because it's coming from China and it's unregulated,
Yeah.
like, what
Oh,
some people are finding is that these drugs themselves are like, they're contaminated. So you are possibly injecting yourself with like rat feces
oh
or mercury,
no,
or
no.
any of those, like, yeah,
Chemicals.
yeah, and chemicals, unknown chemicals. So on top of this shit, no fucking way,
Yeah,
dude.
yeah, yeah.
No, no,
Yeah,
no,
some
no,
of those
no.
strange chemicals could, like, partly why the side effects are happening. Who knows? Like,
Right. Yeah, well, I don't know about all
yeah,
that, but
no,
that's,
I'm just
you
saying, like,
know, and I know quite a few pharmacists, and I have not actually asked them anything about it because I just want to like not think about the worst of the worst. But
yeah,
I mean,
yeah,
I've seen side effects from drugs
yeah,
because of what I do. But
yeah,
that's because it's an unknown drug allergy or something to that effect, and
right.
things like that do happen. Yes, but that's not the norm.
Yeah,
Okay, I mean that and these side effects are not like a normal side effect. Like a normal side effect from drugs would be like, oh, you pee more. Like if
yeah,
you're taking
yeah,
hydrochlorothiazide, it
yeah.
makes you pee, right? It
Yeah, but
makes you go
those
to the
are like
bathroom.
minor side effects. It's not like, oh, you're gonna get a fucking brain tumor, or your
Right.
skin is gonna change, or the
Mm-mm.
part, or or you're gonna get skin cancer. It's nothing like that. Like, there's plenty of medication that does give you a bit of a weird side effect. Like nausea is pretty common and stuff. Headaches can be common.
Nausea. diarrhea
Diarrhea.
initially when you first start taking it. You can get
Yeah.
headaches. You can
Yeah.
it can make you
Yeah.
sleepy. Those are
Yeah.
normal side effects
Yeah.
that usually it's like when you first like the first couple of weeks of taking
Mhm.
things.
Mhm.
That's when those side effects are going to show. And usually if there's an allergic reaction, it's going to be like within like the first,
Instant.
week. Yeah,
Yeah.
you're gonna see it, right?
Yeah.
And then that's with any drug across the board.
Yeah.
But brain swelling is not a normal fucking
No,
reaction.
that's
That's
not a
not normal. That's not a
yeah.
normal side effect. Melanoma cancer, which is the most, scariest, deadly part, thing of skin cancer. That's not normal. An erection that doesn't go away for a dude. I mean, come on, man.
Yeah, that's gotta sound like not just like not only embarrassing
It's
but also painful. Like
right.
and
That's yeah, I can't even imagine
yeah,
what a man would go
yeah,
through with
yeah.
that because I don't
Like
have a penis, but
yeah,
yeah.
no, we don't have anything like that, but I can imagine like because you're it's so erect all the time, that would be like, oh, well, it would just start to become painful because it you can't chill, right?
Right. Yeah, I mean, I don't
And
know,
it's
like
sensitive, extra
yeah.
sensitive and shit like that. Bio,
Right, yeah,
the
because there's
whole
a ton of nerve endings in there, right,
yeah,
exactly. Yeah,
yeah,
I mean, yeah, that could get very painful, I can imagine that I would feel really bad for, I mean, even with, like, drugs that are meant for, to help with erections,
yeah.
for
Those are
impotence.
temporary though. It's not like permanent.
Yeah, but even there, like, if you have an erection for more than 4 hours, go to, call your doctor
Yeah, true,
immediately or
true.
whatever.
Mhm,
Those things because if that stuff happens, that is can be potentially very dangerous.
mhm, absolutely. Yeah,
And
I agree.
so,
I
you know,
agree.
I can't like I can't imagine wanting to take these drugs. Like I just don't know who
No,
would take it or why.
yeah,
I mean, I guess, I can't justify it in my brain. It's like that girl who was fucking driving while streaming. I cannot justify taking something that is, potentially deadly.
yeah. And it's not even like approved by any sort of medical
Uh-uh.
professionals or
No.
anything, which is already a bad in itself, but like all of the side effects past that, like of course it's not going to be fucking approved because it shouldn't be approved.
Right. Well, I mean, again, not only that, there's no clinical trials.
Yeah,
So
it's
it's like they just,
suspicious.
yeah, they release it to the internet and TikTok goes crazy over it and it goes viral and they're selling it on TikTok shop, or whatever.
It's almost like they could be doing it on purpose. Oh,
Almost kind of
almost.
sounds like it.
Kind of
Yeah.
sounds like you're
Yeah.
trying to fuck everyone else's life over and make them completely dependent on you because you're the content creator and you gotta have a way to make everybody crawl back to you. It's a crazy
Yeah.
concept. What?
Yeah. It sounds a little sus. Yeah. A
Yeah,
little bit.
just a little bit, just a little bit as a treat. Just a little bit as a treat. Just a little
Sounds a
bit.
little sus to me. I don't like this. I don't like it at
Yeah.
all.
Mm,
I'm really annoyed with this whole thing. I don't understand
yeah.
people.
Neither do I.
Like,
That's fucking absurd.
yeah, it's gross. And I mean, it's scary and it's gross. And I mean, I get that people have always wanted to change their looks. Everybody does.
Yeah.
But then
Yeah.
there's all kinds of like like things that are coming out now about like the internet and our pictures and how we
Yeah.
see ourselves on our cameras
Yeah.
versus how we see ourselves in a
Yeah.
mirror
And then
and
we
you
compare
know
ourselves to other people, and then we start to feel even
right,
less confident.
right, and that feeling less confident because we're comparing ourselves to others has been going on forever and a day.
Yeah.
But now we've got the internet where you got Snapchat filters and TikTok filters and this and that filters and then that's how you think you should look. And then so now
Yeah.
you've got this whole psychopathy going on about it and because you think it's how you should look and then you got these tan maxing and looks maxing where
Yeah.
they're beating themselves with hammers like that one dude who beats himself with hammers and shit.
What?
Yeah, clavicle,
Like,
something like
I
clavicle. It's
I've heard
called,
of
I think, yeah, clavicle, I think is his name.
Interesting. I've never heard of that one.
Yeah, he like beats himself with things like to make his chin change shape, and
What the
it's
fuck?
it's called, his name is clavicular. That's what it
Oh,
is.
I know who
Clavicular.
Clavicular. I know who Clavicular is. Okay.
Yes.
I know
Yeah, yeah,
yeah,
him.
she's actually had a lot of other that name has actually had a lot of other drama in itself. I know Clavicular isn't a very good person, that's what I've heard. And I've seen that on the internet, so
Yeah.
I know who Clavicular is.
Yeah, him. Yeah, he's a looks maxer dude.
Yeah.
And like he's like, the dude's dude apparently.
Yeah.
But I mean, I've seen a lot over the past year on him and how he uses different items like a hammer to chisel his chin and he's not even like attractive at all. Like I'm
Yeah.
just like, okay, I mean, yeah, I mean, he's young, so he looks like a baby to me anyway, but I don't see anything attractive about him. And yeah, it's just like I don't know, like it's just like, dude. But he started this whole ramshack, and he also took a lot of drugs and stuff,
Yeah. Yeah.
and that, and he's another one. Like I was watching, I believe it was Robert Welsh, I believe it was one of Robert Welsh's channels, where he was talking about clavicular and the drugs he was taking and stuff, and people were making comments about how, oh well, CPS should get involved, and like CPS isn't going to do anything. He's an
Yeah.
adult.
Yeah.
At that point, he's an adult. They're not going to do anything. They can't do anything. He's an adult. He's making his own decisions. And while I don't agree with it, it's still, they're not going to get involved. Like, what are you going to do to a fucking 18-year-old?
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. Oh
So
wait,
yeah.
I think this is the one I heard about. I didn't really look into it, but March, very early on, there was an alligator shooting. He was criminally charged in Florida for unlawfully discharging a firearm at a wildlife sanctuary, live streaming himself shooting into a swamp at water in the Everglades. He eventually pleaded no contest and received 6 months of probation. So there's a lot of drama, at least from what I've heard, about like months ago. That's the stuff that I heard with him,
Hmm.
because he does a lot of streaming too, and a lot of his streaming is fucking stupid shit, like shooting in the water and killing animals. So
I did hear about that one. I actually did hear about that because I remember wondering if it was the sanctuary called Alligator Farm.
yeah,
Because
that's what it was, or something.
yeah, because when I was a kid and I went to Florida, I went to that. Like I visited the
That
alligator farm.
place.
It was really neat. But yeah, it's a sanctuary where it's just a bunch of alligators and shit around you. And it was really cool, but to go shooting them is not cool.
Well, that's just disrespectful and disgusting. Yeah, I think that was one of the things that I heard, and obviously Moist Critical covered that, which is, of course, how I heard. At least I
Right.
think he did. I don't know. I just vaguely remember. I don't think I watched the full video on that. I heard about the situation, but I didn't want to see him like shooting animals, so
Yeah, no. No, I
I
think he's
heard
an asshole. I don't like him at all.
he's not. Yeah,
Yeah,
anybody who
I
hurts
don't like him.
animals is not a good human.
No, he's not a good human. I don't particularly like him, and I don't like his like anything I've seen. Like I've not seen any of his content actually. I've only seen him like when I see clips of him, and he just seems like a dick.
Yeah,
Like
he's
he
like
just seems like a dick.
yeah. I don't know. He's like yeah, yeah. I wouldn't say if he's like Asmongold, but he'd probably be up there. I imagine he seems to be that
Ugh.
kind of guy. There, um,
Well, they can be roach buddies.
probably. Well, no,
Yeah.
they wouldn't. They actually, you know what? They would. I could ship them because one tries to look all pretty, the other one just doesn't even try and just looks like ass, and just lives in a roach house.
Ugh. Yeah.
I ship them.
Ugh.
I'm gonna start a whole love triangle and shit with with XQC, Asmongold, Clavicular, um um
Oh my God, they're in a throuple. We'll put him in a throuple.
I mean, there. You guys could live in your space. I ship you guys. We
We put,
stand. We
oh my
stand.
god.
We stand this
God.
poly relationship going on.
Hey man, to each their own.
Hey man.
You know.
Hey man.
Hey man, whatever does it for you, bro. I'm good. We're good.
Whatever
You do
does it.
you.
You do you, man. It makes you
You do
happy.
you,
Makes you
boo
happy.
boo. That's right. But
You know.
yeah, their throuple can,
They're
go on
they're
about their business.
they're
Get
definitely
off
an
the fucking
interesting.
internet.
They're definitely an interesting poly group for sure.
They just need to get off the fucking internet. That's the
Yeah.
problem.
Yeah.
But all of them, because they're
Yeah.
all just assholes
Yeah.
and they're gross. They're just
Yeah.
all assholes. Like
Yeah.
fucking Asmongold and his goddamn
Yeah.
be a mother or we're
Yeah. Oh, yeah. That tweet.
motherfucker. What the fuck do you think? No.
Yeah.
Mm-mm.
Yeah.
It's
Exactly.
okay if you choose to stay home. It's a
Mhm.
whole nother thing if you don't choose to be at home because I chose a career and kids.
Yep.
Okay. And it was
Mhm.
hard. It was hard. I'm
Yeah.
not lying. It was hard.
But I can
But
imagine it's worth it too.
it was worth it because I feel good about what I've done.
Yeah.
And and if you're a stay-at-home mom, cool. If that's your choice, I
Yeah.
totally support you.
Yeah.
But Asmongold is a dude
Yeah.
who has no right
Yeah.
to say one way or the other what any woman should do with our life.
Yeah. If you don't
We
identify as a girl, you should not have any sort of
no.
I mean,
Mm-mm.
also if you have like, biological stuff as a girl would, then absolutely you still have opinions on that as well. I just mean like in the sense of, y-
Yeah, no. I
he's
mean,
not
it's
either of
totally
those.
okay for
He doesn't.
people to have their own opinions,
Mhm.
but get off the fucking internet,
Yeah,
okay?
like,
Seriously, you don't need to be on the internet. Just get off the fucking
yeah,
internet.
yeah,
Like,
exactly.
how the hell do people pay attention to this asshole?
Yeah, it's unfortunately way too many people.
I know. I was watching one of my political people that one day who I watch, and they were talking about Asmongold,
Yeah.
and I actually made a comment on there about how Asmongold used to play WoW,
Mhm.
and he became a whiny little bitch, and he
Yeah.
got kicked out of WoW forever. Like they banned him permanently
Mhm.
because of it. So
Yeah. Yeah.
you
'Cause
know
he's didn't he also like do some sort of shady shit? I've heard. I don't know.
he was caught buying gold.
That's what I thought. That's what I thought. It
Yeah,
was
he
something
was
like that.
caught buying fucking gold. All right, and I'm sorry, but this is my rant and rave about gaming, okay?
Mhm.
All right, I'm a
Which we
fucking
will
gamer.
which we will be getting into. There is a topic that's perfect for this, but
Oh
we will.
shit.
Yeah.
I love World of Warcraft. I love playing World of Warcraft. I love gaming in general. I've been playing a lot of Tavern Keeper lately, so anybody listening, check it out on Steam. It's amazing. But anyway, all right. I have been playing World of Warcraft for 20 fucking years, okay?
Yeah. At
I
the
have
very
been
least.
playing at the least. I've been playing since vanilla WoW, since WoW came out, okay?
Yeah, like the
And
beginning dawn times, like before
like
the
the big
dinosaurs,
yeah, before the dinosaurs existed, right?
the WoW
And
dinosaurs.
right, the WoW dinosaurs existed then too. But
Yeah,
okay,
I know,
anyway,
I know, I know.
so anywho, I've been playing a long ass time, right? And I have gold aplenty because I start a character and then I dump all her gold into like the next character I
Yeah,
start, and I have built up a lot of gold, right? Which
yeah.
my mother spends.
Not
Anyway,
shocking.
well, yeah, on the housing thing now because
Yeah,
she's
this
into
is
that. She's
Gam we're talking
industrial.
about.
Yeah, yeah. So my mom, gamer, all the way World of Warcraft. She's been playing since BC. Anyway, so she's been on my account. So if anybody in my guilds, see my name up there, that's why, because she's been on my account decorating my houses. Anywho, anyway, back to the point. I have a lot of gold because of this, right?
Yeah,
And I get out there and I will grind
Yeah, you
and I will
grind.
pick the fucking herbs and I will make shit and put it in the auction house. And, I enjoy doing all of that. I will
Right.
spend 12 hours just fishing. All right. Just because I just enjoy
Oh, I
doing
know.
it. Right.
Oh, I know. I should
It's
send you this YouTuber who like does a whole series where everything like he collects all like legendary items and stuff, but only through fishing. And that is the whole thing.
That's fun. Oh yeah. I got to see that.
Yeah.
So anywho, you know, yes, I could use more money. Of course, everybody can use more gold, right? But
Absolutely.
but
Gold money.
it's it's monopoly money. It's
Yeah.
in-game money. It does me no good in the fucking real world. It does
Yeah.
not pay the light bill.
Yeah.
It does not pay the rent.
Nope.
It doesn't do me any good. The only thing, and that now that it wasn't like that in the beginning, now you can get so much gold and get, pay for your monthly subscription or
Yeah.
whatever. But I pay yearly for mine
Yeah.
anyway.
Yeah.
Like I don't pay. I just pay in a year, and it gets it out of the way. Before they had the year thing, I did it every 6 months, and it got it out of the way, and I never had to worry about it.
Yeah.
But to go and
Exactly.
buy gold with
Yeah.
real
No. Yeah.
to buy gold from gold scammer people
Yeah.
and then get pissed off because you got banned from the game.
Even though you know that was against TOS
Yeah,
and the rules, you would
it was
know that.
against us, and you got suspended like 3 times or something. Like he kept getting suspended, and then he was bitching about it online on his
Hooray!
channel, and Blizz finally fucking just banned him permanently.
That's funny.
Which he should be banned because you didn't follow the rules multiple times over. And then you slammed them on the internet because they were suspending your accounts.
Right.
Well,
Right.
hey, stupid. And I mean,
Yeah.
I'm not even talking about the Roach King thing. I'm talking about just how fucking a whiny little bitch you are for doing that shit.
One little fucking whiny ass little bitch.
Right. Come on, bring it, Asmongold. You got a
Yeah.
fucking problem? Pick it with me because you're a whiny little bitch.
Just starts giving him the most heinous things. No, I'm just kidding.
Like, seriously, he's probably one of them players who got on TeamSpeak and shit and was whining because he was fucking dying because he
Yeah,
sucked. I
probably.
mean, I don't know. I never watched his channel. I
Yeah.
didn't. I only know about that because it was big news
Yeah.
when it all happened
Yeah.
in the WoW community because I'm a WoW gamer and I play classic mostly
Yeah.
now. Like, and that's why my mom is doing my housing thing in retail.
Yeah.
But but
Yeah.
yeah, like I play mostly classic, but I am a gamer and I follow the gaming communities and stuff like that when it comes to WoW gaming. I follow that, and like any game that I play, I follow the community, right?
Right.
So it was big news in the community, and that's the only reason I know about it. But he's a little whiny bitch, and fuck him. I just don't. I have no sympathy for him because he's the one that fucked himself over.
Yeah.
Like I have had like. I have talked to toxic ass people there who are like, oh, they'll make a comment and they'll say you're being ignorant or something. Oh,
Ugh.
that's it. I'm reporting you. They're gonna ban you. I'm like, they're not gonna ban me. I just paid for my year subscription. Like all I
Yeah.
did was say you're being an idiot, or whatever. You're being ridiculous or something. So half the
Yeah.
time, like that's why I don't even like getting in retail
Yeah.
anymore because they're all whiny little bitches.
Yeah, I
That-
just kind of ignore the chat because it's just too much.
It is. But yeah, but that's like Asmongold, had promoted that, and it was like, doing all that stuff against Blizz came out, where all that bad stuff that,
Yeah.
that had happened was, it was like, it was total toxic male masculinity, toxic
Yeah.
bullshit about all these bitches, mad and the game had to
Yeah.
change. And no, these bitches weren't mad for the game because most of them bitches that you're bitching about were
Yeah.
the developers who actually were the ones who were fucking working, and they're not bitching about anything. They're
Yeah.
saying this shouldn't have happened,
Yeah.
and us gamer bitches are
Yeah.
saying absolutely we support those developers
Yep.
because that should have never happened to them.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
I support those female developers and all of the team.
Yeah, the whole team
Fuck
that
you.
didn't do anything.
Right, exactly.
I mean, it's obviously it wasn't only girls that was like the only good ones. There was like I'm pretty sure there was some guys and stuff.
There were. It was like, from my understanding, it was like a handful of like frat boy kind of people,
Yeah.
And some of that shit was ridiculous, and I'm not, not even gonna like, bitch about it. But it was just like, that's the kind of like environment that like Asmongold created.
Yeah.
And that's how I always felt about it when I saw any news on him, was like that toxic environment that he created, and he whined and bitched about everything. So when he got banned, I was like, well, you fucking deserve it. You follow the rules, dude.
Yeah.
And the first time you got slapped on the wrist with a little 24-hour suspension or whatever, and fine. Then you learn your lesson. You should have learned your lesson then, but instead you kept going. And you have no reason to buy gold. Why buy gold?
Yeah, seriously, you could have just grinded that. Fuck, you should have done a whole ass stream where you just grinded gold. That's fucking content in itself right there, and you're getting gold at the same time.
Right, exactly. I mean, God, I can't even tell you like how I've, like made so much money just making shit, and doing shit like that, because what the fuck is wrong with people? Like, you don't need to buy gold from fucking scammers.
Yeah, I mean, if you really just want to buy gold, buy gold from the official fucking Blizzard. You could probably buy gold from the official site. What are you doing?
Yes, now you can. Yeah, it used to not be that way, but now you can.
Yeah, which
and they did that to stop the scammers.
Yeah, exactly.
Which, there's still scammers. There's still the gold sellers. There's still the ones, the people trying to min-max and whatnot. But,
there's always going to be scammers, regardless.
It's always going to be that way, yes. But they did a lot of this shit so that, it wasn't like that, and the environment that he created is just ridiculous. And I am so over the Roach King now. Okay. All right. So let's get to your topic. Yeah, so that we can get off of here and stop rambling on about in these people's ears.
You just stop it. You just finish your topic so we can get out of here. Bro, Bro, you finished your 2 topics and taking her sweet ass time? Yeah, I'm gonna have to rush my topic now?
No.
I'm just kidding. I'm joking.
No, I just meant that, we've been talking for like almost 2 hours, so,
well, you've been talking a majority for almost 2 hours. No, I'm just kidding.
Okay, well, fucking A, alright.
I'm joking.
Blah, 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 blah. What?
I'm just fucking with you, kid.
Yeah, whatever.
So, but speaking of gaming, since you have brought this conversation up, there's this YouTuber that I've been watching since like I was a teenager. She didn't do anything bad, by the way. This is just a very specific topic that I feel like that you would be very interested in. This streamer, I'm gonna say her name because first off, she didn't do anything silly, and secondly, she's like 10 million subscribers. Everybody knows who she is. At least 90% of people would know. But her name is Lauren Z-Side, and she's probably one of my biggest inspirations when it comes to my content. But first off, she's got the whole purple vibes with the stars, but also her main content is to be weird. That's literally her whole thing. Like, and then she has like a whole bit about bread and shit, and it's really funny. Like she has just weird shit. But anyway, that's not really the main topic with her. I was just kind of describing who she is. Like, I don't think I've ever talked to you really about Lawrence Eastside because there's nothing really to talk about. Especially most of the time, like all she's ever done was really gaming and stuff. But this one is very, very different. And she mainly goes into like through this whole video. She's mostly talking about like stuff like she doesn't feel as connected with her community, and then that's one of the topics. But one of the topics that we're actually going to go into with this video, I find is very interesting, and not interesting in a bad way, but I don't really know how to explain it. I just think you're gonna need to see the video. to get it, it's not bad.
Okay. Yeah, is there any way to turn that sound up though on this, because I can barely hear these videos?
Okay, let me try to see. I can do this, and I can do. Yes, hang on, I got you.
Because I know the sounds on laptops suck.
Yeah,
So I
yeah.
know mine does too. I get it.
Yeah, you're good. You're good. You're all good. Yeah, I have like special extensions and shit like that to make the audio go up a bit more because
Yeah.
I know this could be an issue, so but here we go.
Also, I mentioned in one of my community posts that I get this feeling of being like overlooked. And that comes from, I feel like, this community. I literally have a playlist because I've been thinking about making a video about it, but I'm too worried it's going to be perceived the wrong way. I literally have a playlist, a secret playlist on YouTube where I have bookmarked every single video that I have come across that is talking about, as a collective, like the greatest YouTubers or the greatest gaming, specifically the greatest like gaming YouTubers or the OGs or whatever.
Like
every single time I see a list and there is no women on that list, I've been bookmarking it because in my head, I'm like, maybe I'm only noticing it because I'm a girl. But that list has gotten really long. It's gotten really long. And I maybe one day I will make a video doing a deep dive on why that might be. But I've had multiple conversations with multiple higher up people from all different companies in this industry. And a lot of them have confirmed with me that it is hard. It's a hard sell to like mainstream media, my channel and my audience, which it bothers me more, not even because of me, but because of you watching this video. They have told me that like having a predominantly male viewership on a gaming channel is easier. Like it's an easier thing for other companies to understand than a female leading demographic on a gaming channel. That's still like a very new thing for them. So like they know how to like market and do things for either male gamers who have a predominantly male audience or female gamers, usually streamers who have a predominantly male audience. Like that is easier to show mainstream because people understand that, but they don't understand like female gaming channels or even male gaming channels who have a predominantly female audience. I find that so interesting. And it's been like my life goal. It's been my new purpose to try and figure out like how to help the next generation of like girls in the gaming space who have a predominantly female audience. Like we exist, we're here.
Yeah.
I don't understand why it's so hard. Like they just don't understand what that audience looks like because it's so new.
Yeah.
Which is weird because when I was growing up, I still am a part of that audience, like a female that likes watching gamers. But I've also always done deep dives into like, I think it comes down to, and I don't think it's anybody's fault. I think it's just like a societal thing still. But like men entertainers in general tend to be pitched as for everybody. Like anybody can watch a male entertainer. But if you see like a female entertainer, a lot of times they get labeled as for women. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like a lot of men feel weird watching female entertainers unless they're entertaining specifically for male reasons. Yeah. You can fill in the blanks there.
Yeah.
But otherwise, predominantly male entertainers have been seen as for everybody.
Yeah.
And women entertainers have been seen as mainly for women. Does that make sense? And
yeah, so I mean, obviously she goes more into it, but I actually wanna hear your opinions on this, and because like I was watching this video and I was like seeing this part, and I was like, I have never felt so more related to this, and also, I am so glad finally someone even big enough to finally fucking call this out. Like, this
Right.
needs to be brought more attention, in my personal opinion. And so I kind of thought, because, you and I are both gamers, huge gamers.
Mhm.
And so
Yes.
I thought, I would want to hear your opinion, not only as a gamer, but like as a, as a mom gamer, as somebody who's been playing games her entire life since like before the internet. Like I'd like to hear your takes about this. So
Well, for the longest time, they believed that women didn't game and we didn't exist. Women
yeah,
gamers didn't exist. Like we were. Um. So yeah. So for the longest time, we were like shunned,
yeah,
and that was not a thing. Like, I mean, honestly, growing up, all the girls gamed. All of us.
yeah,
We all gamed. We all
yeah,
played fucking Atari. We all played fucking Nintendo. We all played, every girl I knew played
yeah,
games. Okay.
yeah.
And it's just what it was,
Hmm.
Um, I don't actually know any woman, even my age. I have friends that don't play games.
Yeah,
Even if it's just like on a mobile app or something, every one of my friends plays something.
yeah. Oh
Um,
yeah. There's at least one girl playing a phone game at the very least.
right. Yeah, something. Yeah. So I don't know anybody who doesn't have some
Yeah,
sort of, entertainment like that. But
yeah.
so, saying though that, for years we just didn't exist. But the reality is, and I did a paper on this when I was in
Oh.
college.
Mhm.
The reality is there's actually more women gamers than there are men gamers, or because they it always not men gamers, but it was they market games to 18 to 25-year-old men, right?
Mhm. Yeah,
That's their market.
yeah,
That's what they think their market is. But the reality is that the the higher number of gamers are actually moms.
oh yeah. In fact, there was like a conversation you and I had one point where a
Mhm.
lot of the WoW players are
Yeah,
actually moms, straight up.
yes. Yeah,
Just
they're stay-at-home moms.
yeah, they're
Um,
stay-at-home moms.
yeah, that's actually what my paper was about WoW players specifically. But
Yeah, I
and
remember.
the statistics are that, most gamers are stay-at-home moms or moms, because that's how we blow off steam. Like, we kill
Right,
things to blow
right,
off steam, right?
right. You
Um,
can't kill things in real life, so you might as well kill things in a video game, right?
exactly. I mean, and women specifically deal with pressures that men would not understand,
Yeah,
because, societal, differences, and, social differences, and all of that. So, um, it's a way of blowing off steam. And while
yeah,
men are more likely to play like Call of Duty type stuff for,
yeah.
you know,
Shooters, right?
shoot 'em up games, women are much more likely to play, like, role playing games and things like that. But men,
Yeah.
like, you know,
Yeah. Well, there are
anywho.
girls who do play shooters. Like, there's this VTuber
Mhm.
who she's like actually a goddess. In fact, I feel like a lot of players wouldn't be able to keep up with her. But her name is like Chibi, or not Chibi Doki. I'm sorry, different Doki person, Doki Bird.
Mhm.
She plays. I mean, we literally just had a conversation
Yeah.
about her last week, but she's really high up there with like one of the top female shooter gamers. Like,
Mhm.
she's pretty high up there. Um, along with a few other creators as well. But um, so yeah, there are some female shooter players, but
Right.
a lot of them, yes, not all of them, but some of them do tend to play different genres that are more, I would say, chill. Like, I know
Yeah.
like a lot of like Tamagotchi is a pretty good one for as a good example. Like, a lot of girls will play Tamagotchi because it's more chill. And again, not every girl, because in
Yeah,
fact,
everybody's got their own tastes
yeah,
and flavors when it
in
comes to
fact,
games.
in
You
fact,
can't
I've
really
played, yeah,
generalize that,
yeah.
right?
In fact, I've played different genres of games. I myself have played shooters. I even have played
Right.
Black Ops 2, COD Black Ops 2. So,
Right.
yeah,
Right.
and that was fun.
Um,
But
but again, I think that it's just not as evident because we're less likely to say that we're girls online,
yeah, yeah,
because we are dissed. Either
yes,
they try to hit on us,
yeah,
or they treat us like shit, like we don't know anything.
Yeah,
And then there's even been throughout the years, and I can't remember, specifics, but I have heard of like gaming conventions where women were, attacked
yes,
for being gamers.
yeah,
I've heard about all of these, So, I think that in today's society, I think, as the internet continues to grow and more people learn about the different games and the different types of games and the different types of gamers, you're going to just gravitate to what attracts you. Like
exactly.
my channel, and I don't know what but you're a streamer, so you're
Mine's just
always on
variety.
there, right?
Yeah,
But my channel is, for the most part, it's predominantly male
yeah.
is my audience, but I've noticed I'm getting a lot more women too now who
Ooh,
are watching my channel and my videos. So who knows? It could be something that they're just, oh wow, I didn't even know that this existed, kind of thing.
yeah.
But I don't know what is your like
M-
male, is your
More.
audience predominantly male?
So I think it's a lot of. There's definitely quite a bit of more male, I would say. I know I have the analytics here somewhere. I would have to because there's
Mm,
there's like analytics to where people have watched, like it can even
right.
tell you, like from other places,
Yeah. Yeah,
like
YouTube
United
does that
States,
too, yeah.
yeah,
Countries and areas, right, yeah.
yeah. So usually they would have gender, but I guess not. But from I would say from I'd say from my streams, yeah, it's kind of I've had a couple of females, but a majority of them so far have been predominantly male. Um
Mhm.
I mean, which is cool. I don't care. You can be whoever you want to be, you know?
Right, yeah, I don't care either, but it's just, I
Yeah.
think that it's just gonna be a toss up, and I think as more girls get into the different games,
Yeah.
and, I think or the different gaming streamers, as more
Yeah.
girls, they're gravitating to what they're interested in. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? I
Yeah.
think that's really what it boils
Yeah.
down to. I just think that the market is stupid. Like,
Yeah.
I think that's, what she's pointing at here is that, they don't know how to handle it because they
Yep.
always just assumed that it was always male players. But there
Yeah.
are females that play. And, like, again, Gen Xers, those of us, the baby Gen Xers, as they're called,
Yeah.
we grew up, when we were growing up, we had Atari, which, was when I was younger. Then we got like computers, and then we got Nintendos, and then we
Yeah.
got, Super Nintendo, then we had N64s, and,
Right.
we had all of those things, and we had Sony PlayStations, and, things. We had these things,
Yeah.
right? So,
Yeah.
and we had the Sega CD, we had all of these things. So our generation actually did see all of those video games, and all the girls played.
Yep.
It wasn't like it was just a guy thing. We
Yeah.
played with the guys.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
I think that just as, time went on, I think that that's what they just initially thought, because, oh, it's just boys that do this. This is a boy thing. But this wasn't a
Yeah.
boy thing. And I don't think that they knew how to handle, that women actually care about gaming just as much as
Yeah.
men, and
Yeah.
I don't think that it's necessarily like, I think it's just a 50-50 split of,
Yeah.
men and women
I
who
think so too.
game.
I
I think
agree.
I think like the study that I did for my paper was like specifically WoW players. So, and most of the WoW players were women. They were moms or stay-at-home moms while their kids are at school, or,
Yeah.
they're, whatever. And so that's specifically what that was. Like, that was I don't know if that's the same demographics either, because that's been well over a decade ago.
Yeah.
But
That is true.
but that was, at the time, that's who the major gamers were. But I think it's just a 50-50 split, because I
Yeah.
mean, even in our life, in our home, in our, our family,
Yeah.
we're all gamers, all
Yeah.
of us, the
We're all
girls, the
gamers.
guys, everybody's a gamer.
Yeah, everybody's gamer, right, exactly.
So, I mean, we're all just fucking gamers, and I mean, everybody I've ever talked to is a gamer. I even just random people I worked with that were played some sort of games.
Right. No,
You
for
know,
sure. Yeah.
I mean, and I can't. I don't know that anybody that hasn't played that isn't a gamer. Now, I have seen like people talk about how you're an adult, you shouldn't be gaming, you shouldn't be spending time on video games when you can be doing this, that, and the other. And I'm like, it's all about balance. You
Yeah.
can you play a game for an hour and then you do whatever the fuck you need to do or whatever it is, or there's nothing wrong with spending a night playing a game. Like it used to be that way back, and I guess like it what's funny is, even in historically speaking, women would get together and play gin rummy or bridge. There's always bridge players, or the older folk would play bridge.
Yeah.
The older ladies would get together and play bridge, or canasta or whatever, and men would get together on a poker night every week.
That's true.
That's
Yeah.
that's kind of how it was. And so I don't think this is any different.
No, I
I
don't
think
think
it's
so.
just I think it's just technology wise, it's just different. And I think that as time continues, they'll actually realize that this is happening. And, it's a 50-50 split. Men and
Yeah.
women all enjoy some sort of video games, whether that be Candy Crush or, World of Warcraft.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
absolutely.
And
Yeah.
fuck Candy Crush. I broke up with Candy Crush a long time ago.
Oh,
So
yeah, that's right. That's right. You broke up with Candy Crush. I completely forgot about that.
yeah, I totally did. I broke up with Candy Crush because Candy Crush and me had a very toxic relationship. Much like the Tidy Bowl Man and me, I had to give him up too. So
Oh,
yeah. So anyway,
Overclock 64 is your next one. Or no, wait, Tavern Keeper is your next one.
I'm about to break up with Tavern Keeper if I don't beat this fucking level.
Oh
Me
shit.
and your brother we've been talking all week trying to fucking get this, because it's like the challenge level of the last level that's available, because it's still an early release. And
Oh.
all of the levels haven't dropped yet because it's still an early release. But
Yeah.
so we've been trying to beat this challenge level, and it is so much harder than the other levels. And we've been talking about it. I'm like, I'm ready to fucking cheat because I don't know what else to do. It won't work. These
It
people
won't.
don't. My tavern keeps burning down.
Oh yeah, that's the one that you told me about. Your whole tavern caught on fire.
Yeah, well, I think next time it does that, I'm just gonna let it roll out and see if it's part of a storyline, because I don't know what else to
Fair.
do. Just burn it the fuck down. I'm done.
Yeah.
Whatever. But yeah, so anywho, I think it's just a 50-50 split. And I think that, I think marketing executives need to get their asses out of their heads.
1000%, and I agree with you on that because female gamers have always existed.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, yeah, and it's
Yeah,
kind of,
even card players, back in the day.
those are still gamers.
Yeah, they were still gamers. They were women gamers who would get together and play bridge,
Yeah, there's like
or
no,
whatever.
yeah, there's like
Yeah,
no difference between that and playing Magic. I mean, if you're playing Magic, that's a card game. What are you
exactly.
like? Are you like? Do you consider like if you don't consider like somebody like an old lady playing poker? Do you not consider a random teenage boy playing Magic the Gathering? Like that's the same.
Right, and girls play Magic the Gathering too.
That too.
So,
A lot of girls play Magic as well.
yeah,
Yeah.
I know. There's a lot of girls that play Magic. There's a lot of guys that play fucking, bridge. I mean, you
Yeah.
know what I mean?
Play
It's like,
whatever. Yeah.
it really is. There's no
Bingo.
bingo. There's a lot of dudes that go to bingo. At least, that used to. I don't know if there's even bingo around anymore, but
Yeah.
used to be that way. There was a lot of dudes who would go to bingo. I don't know if they were to pick up girls or what, but yeah, but seriously, like it was like, people have been gaming forever. It's gaming isn't new. It's not
Yeah.
new. It's not new. everybody's acting like, oh, technology and this, that, and it, you know, so it's all new and cool, but it's not.
Yeah.
Gaming's been around for fucking centuries in
That's
some
true.
way, shape, or form, and people played jacks, which
Yeah.
was a game, you
That's
know.
true.
Little
Yeah.
kids learned to play jacks and
That's true.
dominoes, board games. I mean,
Yeah.
how many, you know, our family gets together like once a month to do board game night.
Yeah. Family game nights, right, exactly.
Game night. I mean, and lots of families do that. They get together and they have a good time and they laugh, you know, and all these board games that came out long before I was even born, you know. Like, I mean,
Right.
we have what, 3 different editions of Monopoly in this house? You know,
That's true. We have so many different variations of what's it called? Cards Against Humanity.
we have Cards Against Humanity. We got, you know, we have two versions of Cards Against Humanity, including the bigger blacker box, I think it's
Yeah.
called. Yeah,
Yeah.
and then we have Yahtzee. We have all these games that came out
Yeah.
before I was even born, you know. So
Yeah. Yeah.
like people have been getting together forever and gaming, even as a family or with their friends or whatnot, you know. So there's nothing new, you know,
No.
about it. I think they just don't know how to market it. I think that's
Yeah.
the problem. They don't know how to market anything because to them it's just, oh, it's like D&D, you know, back in the day where all the nerds
Yeah.
would get together in the dorm and get drunk, and you know, they would play D&D and be wizards, and it was always boys. But
Yeah.
yet the funny thing is even like there's a channel, you know, there's a YouTube channel I follow, and the name is escaping me right now, but you know, um, it's like they do like a Dungeons and Dragons kind of thing, you know, like but there's 2 girls and 2 guys in it, you
Yeah.
know.
Yeah, I've
I
seen
think,
content creators like that. Yeah.
you know, and they do like, you know, little
I
skits
yeah.
basically, you know.
There's this VTuber who is literally a tiefling and her whole thing is D&D. So, yeah.
Right. Yeah, people get together, do skits, and it's girls, guys, everybody, you know.
Oh yeah, for sure.
It's everybody. It's not just one gender. So I think that they just are stupid, and I think that I think it's I hate to put it this way, but I think it's a misogynistic thing where
I
it's
think so.
like, oh, well, girls don't do that because girls just worry about makeup, clothes,
Yeah.
and cleaning the house and being mothers, right?
Yeah. Right.
And I don't think but that's not girls. That's not the reality of
No.
women. It never
No.
really has been. Yes, we like to look pretty. Yes, we like to, wear makeup, wear nice clothes, be adored. We like
Yeah.
that. A lot
Yeah.
of women do.
Yeah.
But that doesn't make the whole of us. That's not the
No. That's
entirety
just
of a person,
yeah,
you
that's like
know?
one fraction out of the whole human being you are talking about. Right.
Right, exactly. I mean, I might wear a nice dress and put on makeup and go out to dinner, um, on a date or whatever, but that's one night, a couple
Yeah.
hours.
And
That's
that's just like
not every
one side
day.
of you. Right. And that's just
Right.
only one part of you. What
It's
about
a
the rest of
little splinter of who I am. Exactly.
exactly.
I mean, you've gone out to clubs and whatnot, but that doesn't mean that's who you are, and then as
No.
a whole person, that's not your whole identity. And I think
Yeah.
that's the problem is that a lot of times, a lot of these bigger marketing execs and the bigger, higher ups in companies are male.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, it's still a glass ceiling for women, and you got to be a tough ass bitch to be at the top, all right? and
Yeah.
and I mean, I've seen documentaries on this, and I've read a lot of studies about this, about how, in corporate America and in corporate life, you have to be tough, you have to
Yep.
be as hard as nails, and women understand each other because we know how hard
We
it
know.
is. And like, I don't mean to, and I don't mean this in any disrespectful way whatsoever, but you got to be a bitch.
Yep.
You got to be a hardcore straight up bitch to get to the top,
Yep. Yep.
because you ain't getting to the top unless you can be a bitch enough to scare the men off.
Exactly. Like,
And that's
yeah.
the problem. if you're too tough, you're just horrible person. If you're not tough enough, they're gonna run right over you.
Yeah.
So, you know, you got to have a certain personality to be able to do that. And
Right.
for the women who are breaking that ceiling and cracking it little by little, I'm fucking standing with you, sister, because
Hell yeah.
nothing but the respect. But that's the reality. And I think that because it's mostly male based and male dominated up at the top up there, they don't know what the fuck they're doing because they only think about women and makeup and fashion.
Yep. They only think about one aspect of women.
Yeah. Oh, our tits.
Yeah, I was
Yeah.
about to say, and I was talking to somebody in DMs earlier, and they were just like, oh, they were just like, I don't know, talking about like, asking her like a question about her tits or something, and I was like, bro, I mean, I get it, but like, you gotta keep in mind that, you know, me personally, you know, I I'd get really annoyed if every other guy just started talking to me and coming up to me, or anybody coming up to me talking about my tits or something.
Hmm.
And honestly, I flat out told them, I was like, I feel bad for that person because me personally, I get annoyed with getting hit on by every other person. And it's just like,
Hmm.
I don't want to fucking be hit on. I just want to make friends and hang out and shit. You
Right.
know? Like,
Yeah.
I just want to
Exactly.
vibe. Like, no, like, not, no girl with as giant titties or whatever is gonna want to go actually get laid with you. They just want to make friends. They won't want anything to do with, oh yeah, you talking about their titties. Yeah,
Yeah.
like,
Well,
bro.
yeah. PSA for dudes. Okay.
Yeah, PSA. Please
PSA.
be respectful.
Please be respectful because
Yeah,
we don't need you to point out our tits. We know they're
exactly.
there.
Yeah, exactly. Wow, thanks for saying the obvious, dumbass.
Yeah, I don't know why anybody would be like, "Oh, that's a good pickup line is you've got great tits." No,
It was
that's not a
something
good
like
pickup line.
that. It was something
Well,
like
I mean,
that.
I'm just
Yeah.
throwing that out there as an example because I
Right.
mean, but I don't think that's a good you know, a good pickup line at all. In
Yeah.
fact, I think it's rather rude and, you know, kind of disgusting. But I think that again, just I think that's where
Yeah.
men think. They think about
Yeah.
our boobs, they think about our ass, you know, it's all tits and
Yeah.
ass to dudes. They don't think about that we have brains or that, you know,
Yeah.
we have different aspects to our personalities just like they do. We have interests just like they do. They don't think that. They
Right.
think our whole personality just wraps around our bodies. And that's
Yeah.
not true. I mean, even influencers on TikTok or Instagram, you know, the beauty influencers who get up there and do makeup and get ready with me and all that stuff, that's not the entirety of their personality. That's just a
Yeah.
simple fraction of what they're showing of
Exact.
themselves. That's you see what you want to see,
Yeah,
you know?
exactly. Exactly.
You're not taking an account to all the other aspects of a person because there's a
Yeah.
lot more to a person than
Absolutely.
just makeup or just the way that they dress or just how
Just the
big
way
their
they,
boobs are.
yeah, or the way they look. Right, exactly. Or the way they sound. Like I get really fucking irritated by that. And I'm pretty sure there's a lot of women on in the same boat as us by this. Where we're just like, okay, man. We're just trying to live. We're just trying to fucking do our own thing, be a gamer or whatever. And then all of a sudden it's like, oh, that. And I'm like, oh, thanks.
Right, right. Yeah, no, we don't need that.
Yeah,
We don't need that at all.
we
And
don't need
it's
that.
ridiculous. Right. So that's the big PSA for the dudes. Um,
Yeah.
but yeah, I think honestly, I think that's the problem with like what she's talking about is that it's just men just don't know how to market to women because they it's all men up there and they don't see us beyond what they just this little sliver. They don't
Yeah.
see more there's more to us. And they could have wives and daughters and all kinds of shit, but it still doesn't mean that that's actually how they perceive women,
Yeah.
you know.
Exactly.
I mean, I've even uh, known people who, well, yeah, they're pretty woke, you know, about things like that. They've made some, you know, some interesting
Yeah.
comments and things that you're like, bruh, you
Question.
know,
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
like,
Just
you
like,
know,
okay, interesting.
Yeah, like, dude, that's not what I want to hear. So,
Yeah.
but that's just men in general, and I'm not trying to generalize them, really. I'm not, and I'm
No.
not. But I mean, it's just, it's how society has been trained. It's how
Right.
society works, and women are just, these playthings, and it's all about we're sexual beings, and
Yeah.
but we're not. There's so
Yeah.
much more to us,
It's
and
absolutely way much more to us.
yeah, and I think that's really what it comes back to. All it really does is it's because it's run by men.
Yep. Yep. Absolutely.
There's not enough input from women who, are real women who have lived as a woman
Yeah.
and know what it's like to,
Yeah.
have to live like that and live under a man's thumb, or,
Yeah.
and not so much on, I don't know. I'm not trying to be like, I'm just saying they just know what it's like to be a woman and have the mind like a woman, and know that,
Yes.
hey, that girl over there, like, she may look like the most beautiful thing that walked the earth, and you may really, really love her ass, but she
Yeah.
doesn't want to hear that you love her ass. She wants to hear
Exactly.
that you really are interested in her thoughts and feelings and what she's interested in, and
Exactly.
doing things with her and treating her like a human
Yeah.
being.
That's what
You
I'm
know?
saying. That's what I mean. Don't fucking state the obvious, right? If you're
Right.
gonna like, if you're gonna go say something to a girl, don't fucking state the obvious. Never state the obvious. Ever.
Right. I mean, it is one thing to say, you know what, you're really pretty, or I think you're
Yeah.
very beautiful, or something like that. And then somebody will say thank you. And that's that.
Yeah.
And that's a good icebreaker. Great
Yeah.
icebreaker right there. But then,
Yeah.
follow
It's
that up
also
with actual,
polite.
follow it up with something interesting. You
Yeah.
know, let's
Yes.
not, let's not talk just about how
Yeah.
beautiful the girl is, or hey, you got great
Yeah.
ass, or you got
Yeah.
great tits, or I really want to fuck you. I've
Yeah.
had dudes do that to me, and be like, hey, I
Yeah.
really want to fuck you, and I'm like,
No
okay,
thanks.
no,
No
no, I'm
thanks.
good,
I'm
peace,
good. I'll pass. Bye.
I'm out, deuces, bitch. No, like, that's
Yeah.
not how we, you know can become friends, even. And most women aren't just gonna, like, oh, okay, let's go fuck. It's
Yeah.
just not
No.
how most women are. And then,
No.
like,
Nobody.
so
Yeah.
I think that it's
Yeah.
really, that's the
Yeah.
biggest
Yeah.
problem
It
with the
can.
marketing executives,
It
right?
can. Yeah. And stuff like that can be almost a form of harassment. Not that like, oh, they're trying to harass, right? But like, you're getting harassed by multiple different people all the time. You know, you know what I mean?
It's annoying. It gets
That's
to be very
annoying.
annoying.
It's
Yeah, it's a
annoying.
lot. It's like, bro, can you just, like, be nice to me? Like, treat me like a human being. You don't have to
Yeah.
hit on me.
Yeah.
It
Like,
really, it's
yeah.
horrible.
And if you're
And
gonna hit on me, say it like, don't just hit on me from my ass or tits. If you really want to compliment something, just be like, "Oh my gosh, I love your hair. Your glasses are pretty." And that's how I normally do it whenever I see a girl I like. I just
yeah,
compliment like something that isn't related to sexual things because I don't want it to come off as, "Oh, creepy." So if I end up staring at the girl, I'll be like, try to make up something, but she's actually so beautiful, I can't stop looking away. I'll just make up a thing of like, "Oh, I really like your hair. Oh, I really like your glasses. That shirt on you is really pretty," right? So,
right,
and then you kind of start to become friends with them and closer to them because you complimented them and they felt like they were appreciated, even just by a little bit more because of their personality. Like,
right,
the shirt could literally have something that they're interested in, right? Like Star Trek, right? You could have a Star Trek
right,
t-shirt and be like, that shows a sign of, oh, you're actually interested of what I'm interested in, not what's
right.
underneath the shirt, right?
Exactly, exactly. And having a conversation starts that way.
Yeah.
It doesn't start by, I like your tits, but
Yeah, it has to be casual. You gotta make it casual. That's my dating advice. You gotta make it casual. Don't be fucking obvious. And even then,
yeah,
not all girls are interested in that. Like, just because you walked up to her and she thinks you're cute doesn't mean she wants to fuck you, right? Not all
right.
girls are interested of having sex either. Straight up. Just straight up.
No, there's a lot of asexual people in this world, and
Hmm.
that's a thing.
That is a thing. Yep.
And people don't. understand asexual people because, people who like, are have sexual attraction or like sex or any of that. They don't
Yeah.
understand people who don't,
Right, exactly.
and it's unfortunate, but it's one of those things where it's just like, yeah, well, as a person who is an asexual, I can say, I find people aesthetically pleasing, but I don't find them, sexually attractive. It's
Right.
very, very rare do I feel any sexual attraction, so it's like, come on, man. I don't
Right.
want to fuck you. I just
Yeah.
don't, and I'm like, ugh. I can be friends, we can be cool, we can hang out, we can even go out on a date if we mesh, but that's a big thing. We gotta
Yeah.
mesh together, and I gotta know you first to even know that.
Exactly. You can't just walk up to me and expect me to fall in love with you in like 3 seconds because you commented on my tits.
Right. Yeah.
I'm more likely to be attracted to you if you're complimenting something that I am also interested in. Like, oh,
Right.
you like Star Trek too? Hey, we could be friends. And then who knows? Maybe friends will lead into something more after that point. You never know, right?
Exactly. You
But don't
never
just
know.
go doing that.
Right, right. But yeah, I think that's, the reality is just how men perceive women and
Yeah,
have perceived women since, I don't know,
the
a
dawn
long,
of time.
long, long time. Yep.
Yeah, yep, yep. Unfortunately.
Yeah, they fear us and they want to fuck us. Yeah.
Yeah. It's because we
It's,
think differently and we look different, and like, therefore, they're going to take advantage of things that look different and act
yeah.
different.
Yeah, well, their hormones are different than ours too,
That's
so
true.
that's partly, and the way that their brains work is different. There's a lot of things that are different. The difference between men and women,
All
it
right,
goes
lot.
way beyond genitals.
Yeah, yeah. There's more than just physicality of that. There's like
Yeah.
internal brain wiring. There's like, you know,
Hmm.
psychological work. There's like,
Yeah.
there's very specific processes a lot of girls do that a lot of guys don't do. Even
Right.
so.
Yeah, that's just it. Is that it's goes way beyond what's between your legs,
Exactly.
and
Always.
unfortunately, our society doesn't see that either. But
Nope. Nope.
that's why they hate on trans people so much,
Uh,
because they can't understand that a person might think like a girl but have a penis, or might have a penis and might have a vagina and think like a boy. They don't
right.
understand that because it's
Right.
the way our brains are fucking wired. Okay, we can't
Exactly.
change the way our brains go. That's not. It's in your head. It's in your head, literally. It's your brain. Our brains are like mini computers that
Yeah.
control our bodies, and people just don't want to they don't understand it, so therefore they fear it.
Yeah, exactly. That's how it goes. It always starts out as fear, and then it
Yeah.
evolves to something worse, and then you have really bad events in history. Unfortunately, that happen. Uh,
Yeah, unfortunately. Yeah, but
yeah. Yep.
yeah, wanting to paint it orange, huh?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, anywho, this was a very interesting conversation, but I
Yeah.
need to eat before I have to go to bed because, unfortunately,
Because
well, this is going to come out on Saturday. We're recording this on Thursday, and I have to get up for work in the morning.
yeah.
Boo!
Boo. Boo work. Could just record on
Boo!
Saturdays if you really wanted to. I don't mind
Yeah,
either
I
way.
know. Well, we're going to record extra shows, right?
That's true.
Saturday.
Yeah, we
So,
gotta do that as well. So.
yeah, so,
This won't
yeah.
be the only episode this week, or I don't know if we're
Yeah.
uploading the next episode Saturday, but I
No,
don't
we're
think
gonna
so.
upload
Huh.
this one this week, and then
Okay,
next
the next
week.
this.
Yeah, 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 because we have so many freaking topics to talk about.
We do, and so much shit to do on in general.
Oh my god, dude, I have like so much shit to talk about. But also, yeah, I want to make sure that the week I'm like on vacation and other events are happening, that we're not trying to fit in a recording because we're gonna have visitors. So
Oh
you know,
yeah. Yeah.
yeah. So it's gonna be well. Maybe we'll try to con that person into showing up as a guest. Who knows?
Maybe.
Who knows? Who knows? Maybe.
We gotta
We'll
get
see.
the other people on too as well. That would be really sick.
Oh yeah, that would be interesting. I'd like to do that. All right.
Yeah.
Anyway, so here we go. But I don't want to jump the surprise in case
Yeah, no.
Yeah,
You're good.
yeah, yeah. So anyway, yeah. So I'll make sure we're set for that week. So all right. So it was fun, and I'm gonna
Yes.
go eat. And all
Yes.
y'all, we'll see you in the next one next week. Deuces.
Bye.
Bye.